Hello, hello.
Got my girl Angel. Got my guy.
Hello. What's up? What's up?
Wednesday weekend or the Wednesday wrapped up show. I'm not.
Yes.
This is not my slot. I usually come in late, um, but tonight I will be kind of filling some big shoes. We want to shout out to Black Comic Lords fam, Black Superheroes Forever fam. We want to shout out everybody that's in the chat, and of course, we want to send our condolences to our fellow Black comic lord, Paul, who is not with us tonight. He had a death in the family. So we're just asking that you would send prayers and thoughts toward his family and as he takes the time off to, you know, do the things that are required when we lose a loved one. So just want to shout him out and let him know that we're thinking about him in this time of grieving. So with that said, we wanted to come in and do a show. We had an interview scheduled tonight, but we want to postpone that, and we just decided to come in and do a regular show because we want to be here for you guys.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So please like the video, share the video, subscribe if you have not, and also if you're feeling a little charitable, send us a super chat. Uh,
Super chat.
we appreciate it either way. So, with that said, my fellow Black comic lords, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
um, I'm doing okay. I got my new merch that came in, my Black Comic Lord shirt,
Woo-hoo.
so something to
Got the
show off a little bit.
drip coming in. That's what's
Yep,
up.
yep. And I see it's hard to see, Rich, but there's something behind your left shoulder too.
Yeah, man, that's a new thing. I might take it off at some point. When we go to commercial, I'll show everybody. But
Yeah.
yeah, so you know, uh, man, it is big week. I will say that. So we're not going to delay the time. Let's just get into the comics of the week, and we'll talk about some of the shenanigans in the news and all that good stuff a little bit later.
Yeah. You know what? Um, I need to get it pulled up.
Oh,
So no
Yeah.
worries. No worries. Did anybody get a chance to go to the shop today or this week?
I got to visit one. So I got a few
What you get?
with me. So this week was nice because for those that didn't get the number ones to some of the big comic books, you know how they do the reprints
Uh-huh.
and they're for $1 so people can sample. So
Right.
Philadelphia #1 is reprinted and that is available today for $1. So there's
Very
no
nice.
reason for anybody to be like, oh, I don't know. You can spare $1.
Listen to Angel. She
You can
she's
spare $1.
yep.
I also grabbed Stray Dogs because I forgot to get it when it came out, and yeah, I needed that.
Mm. So have you
Um,
have you have you
hmm,
already read Stray Dogs before?
on PDF online
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah.
they have other stories now. But this is like from volume 1, that very first
Mhm.
story.
Yep.
So
I enjoyed it. It was good. And I bought, several of the really cool homage covers of Stray Dogs. You got
oh
your
yeah.
Philadelphia? Yeah.
So we always talking about Philadelphia and how good it is. And for those that missed the opportunity to get issue 1, volume 1, it's out this week
Mhm.
for $1.
Can't beat that.
No doubt.
Um, the other thing I got that came out this week,
Yep.
this cover is sick. I love her.
Very nice.
So Spider-Verse, I'm thinking this is her first full appearance because we know we seen her in the movie, but I don't remember seeing her in the comic books too much. So I'm excited to read that.
I,
And
sh-
then
I should know. I should know, and I honestly don't. So chat, keep us help
yes,
confirm for
help
us.
us out. Yeah, help
Yeah.
us out. This has been out already.
Yeah, Thorn.
Thorn. But number 2 launched today, and what you're seeing is what's called a dust cover. For those that collect comic books, dust cover is what protects the comic book and its integrity when you're a serious collector. When you want to slab a comic book, it is vital that you don't have any spine ticks. Any spine ticks is the little nicks along the edge. You don't want any bends. You don't want really any fingerprints on it. So what the opposing part of it is, if this is on the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be intentional and go and pick it up and see what it is. Because a lot of comic shops know that the serious collectors, or they could be just being mean. I don't know. It's a little suspect. These were on a bottom shelf at the store I was at. So I didn't know what it was until I know to go pick it up and look. But that cover
Like that.
is righteous.
Yeah, that is good. I like the use of the colors in that too.
And I love bold blacks and reds together. So that just, yeah, I'm excited about that, to add that to my collection. That's all I got. That's all I was able to have time for for this
Yeah.
week.
And there was
Nope.
a question, did the antagonist come out today? I don't see it on the Black Comic Lords pull list, but Rich, do you know if that came out?
I don't think it did.
Okay.
I hadn't seen anything.
I
All
haven't
right.
seen anything.
Let's shout out to the chat.
Absolutely.
Bill, what up? What
Doom
up?
Mega.
Louisiana,
Hello.
what's up? Doom Mega, what up? What up? He always shouts us out on the
Pericles.
Jada.
Pericles.
What up? Card Imperial and Comics. Good to see you, Bot Boy Versus, no doubt. Good to you, Dimitri. What up? What up? Sunny.
Hello.
So what up? Thank you
Dimitri.
guys.
Sunny night.
It's on tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks all for joining us this evening. All right, so I do have the Black Comic Lords pull list up on
Yeah,
League of
let's
Comic
see.
Geeks. If you ever need to find that and you don't know where to find it, you can go to blackcomiclords.net and then click on our link at on the main page for FOC and new comics, and it will take you directly to this page.
Here we go.
All right, and it's time for Derek's ads to go crazy.
It'd be all right. It'd be all right.
All right. So as you can see here, we've got 4 covers of Black Panther Blood. So which is your favorite?
I ordered the first one. That
I got
violent looking one.
All right.
the Black Panther with him reading Ultimate Black Panther #1. That is,
So this one here, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that is.
He maybe that's one that he got off the truck. One of them off the truck that disappeared.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up? What's up, Tom Raider? So chat, we have 4 covers. We have cover 1, 2, 3, and 4. Give us your vote. Put a number in for your favorite cover out of these 4 for Black Panther Blood Hunt. See, Frustrated is saying you got the Blade T'Challa cover. Nice, that's a nice one. I think I like the first one. My vote is for 1 personally. Okay, Card Imperial Comics also saying 1. Dimitri
1.
with a 1.
One is probably going to be
1.
Let's see if we get a consensus here. Here we go.
Oh,
Bot Boy
number
versus.
4.
Got to vote for number 4.
Yep.
Jamie with another vote for number 1. Looks like 1's going to win unless some other votes come in. Sunny night. 1.
We're here for the violence.
We got
okay?
another 1, and then Doth first with a vote for 4. So why don't I just go in and click through, and we'll just take a close up of this cover. Yeah, that's
gore. Yes.
Yeah, pretty gory. And there's the ad.
We're ignoring that.
Be sure to buy Combat. Okay. And we got to vote for 2. A vote for one,
Okay.
a vote for two. All right. So we'll go back and we'll take a quick look at number 4. So this is the Blade and T'Challa. There's another ad. Perfect. All right. Okay. Hey, thanks, chat, for the votes. All right. So, Rich, I'm assuming you haven't had a chance to read Black
No,
Panther One Blood Hunt, right?
the, I haven't read anything this week, so everything is new discovery.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
I've heard great things about the book though, so um,
Mhm.
shout out to JT, our guy who does the new comic book day weather report. He speaks of it real well and says, in essence, that he thinks that this is kind of the way the book, a way the character is supposed to be written. So
Oh, that's good. That's really good to hear. I was gonna ask you a question, Rich.
sure,
I think you mentioned that somebody had you or convinced you to buy. Was it this? What was the number? Spider-Man. Was it Spider-Man number 50?
yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man 50.
it was
That was a Blood Hunt tie-in.
it was no, it was the tie-in, but it was Spider-Man Blood Hunt #1.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
Spider-Man has a Blood Hunt in continuity, but
mhm,
there's a Spider-Man Blood Hunt book by itself. Uh,
Oh,
okay.
I need to find that. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
Well,
that's what features Misty Knight.
okay. All
Oh
right. That's
yes, you know what? I have that on order actually.
oh,
The
okay.
the
So
one with Misty Knight on the cover. Yeah, I have that on order.
I read the one in continuity. I don't know if you happen to read that one, but I thought it was good because it gives you more compassion for all these vampires, which you
Mm-hmm.
kind of need to build the stakes, right? So I don't want to give anything away, but I thought that was just a good story. Um, so you might want to read it. Uh-oh, that book was not good. Which one? The the Spider-Man in
Just throwing it,
continuity
just
or the
throwing it under the
Spider-Man Blood Hunt?
throwing
It's
it under the
okay.
bus. Frustrated fans.
Yeah. All right. We'll get that straightened out in a little bit. Oh, okay. Blood Hunt 1. Oh,
Oh
Chad's
yeah,
voting. No, Chad's voting for number 1, cover 1. Okay.
yes. Team number one.
All right. Frustrated. We want to hear more about that. Okay. So next we've got Capable number 2. We've got 2 covers there. And this is from Advent Comics, by the way. So let's just put a spotlight on Advent Comics because Advent is one of the great black indie comic companies. There we go again. Watch Cinemax. This gets old. So first of all, just get used to this logo here. So when you see it in the store, take a close look at the cover. Capable number 2, and you can see the summary here. So
It,
after
it took
experiencing it,
a while for that comic book to come out, because Capable #1 came out like 2 or 3 months ago.
mhm.
So finally glad to see Capable #2 come out. That book that Angel showed, that Thorn book, that's an Advent Comics book.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So big week for Advent, right? So after experiencing a tragic loss, Derek doesn't have much time to dwell before he must spring into action. The first
Oh,
bad guy of the series is introduced, and this man is fully armed. While Derek is hard at work saving the day, another person in his life learns of their own newly found superpower, and it's a big eye opener. So aside from the fact that they spelled Derek differently, I'd say misspelled it, but yeah.
oh.
Hey, sounds like good. All right. And what's your preference? We got 2 different covers here.
It's three. It's three covers.
Oh, 3. I missed the third one. Okay. So here's I guess cover B, and then oh yes, okay. And then here's the third cover. All right. So you got 3 options.
Oh, I kind of like that third cover.
Yeah, you can't say the Black Comic Lords didn't tell you. So check it out in your store, but even better, pre-order it because if you pre-order it, then your store is going to order one from you. They may just order a few more to put on that shelf so
Yes,
somebody else can see it and pick it up and fall in love with it too. And that's part of our job. So
yes,
pre-order.
that's facts.
All right. So up next, Spider-Verse, including 2 versions of the cover that Angel talked about. Edge of Spider-Verse #3. So I guess since we have so many, we have 5 covers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chat, what number is your favorite cover for Edge of Spider-Verse #3? Just curious. And how about you, Angel and Rich?
Well, if I had a choice, I get the 1 in 50. I love virgin covers,
Virgin cover, yeah.
and just to explain, virgin covers are without the trade dress. Trade dress speaks to the title, the barcode, the artist's signature. A lot of times is removed, so you just have the artwork on the cover of the comic book. So a virgin cover is without the trade dress, and I prefer those over all of the other ones.
Yeah, I prefer cover A.
Cover A for Rich, #1. Okay. Well, by cover A, do you mean the first one? This one here?
So that's the second printing of the third comic.
Yeah, that's not that one. The cover A with her on the bike.
With the
There.
on the
Okay. Yeah.
motorcycle. Oh yeah, yeah, that one's a nice one.
Okay. We got votes for #3, which would be the Virgin. The two votes for #3. Another one for #3, the 150, and then several votes for 2, and 1 for 5. All right. Cool. Cool. I was trying to look it up to see if I could confirm anything about this. Trying to do so many things at once. We'll keep it moving, and I'll get an answer for us as we go. Okay. Rich, have you had a chance to check out Edge of Spider-Verse yet?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
That's not what I'm reading. I probably will pick up that one because of her on the cover first time as her first appearance on the cover. So that's gonna be a cover buy for me, but I'm not reading that at all.
Okay. All right. So first appearance of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman from Across the Spider-Verse reality. So this is her first appearance.
Yay!
All right. Okay. Next we got King Spawn #34. Let's see who. This is a dark cover. It's really hard to see anything but the red on here. Yeah. So we've got Todd McFarlane as the writer, and then let's see, Fernandez and Nunes as artist and colorer. All right, and then the cover artist is Jason Sean Alexander. So for those who don't know, I think Jason Sean Alexander gets a cover plate from the cookout. He's also obviously partner in crime for Rodney Barnes of Philadelphia fame.
Yes, yes, he is.
Yeah, actually, well, I might go over some pickups later, but I did pick up some Nita Hawes #1 blank covers because I'm thinking about maybe sending one to him to see if he might do something special for me. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, that would be nice. Okay.
Dope.
So let's see. And we've got, let's see, Midnight Suns Blood Hunt #1 came out today as well.
Yep, that's in my pull.
Yep.
It's Brian Edward Hill.
Yep. And just going back through some of the comments here. Frustrated says he's still waiting on the Soulmate book from Advent. Frustrated, did you order that from your local comic shop or did you order direct from Advent? Just let us know. A manifesto, that cover with the bike has nice detail and sense of depth. So that was talking about the Spider-Verse. Yep. And then Amani, no, you did not miss the Space Negro combo yet.
Yo.
So we're just about to get there.
We're about to get there.
All right. Meanwhile, my ads just continue. All right. Let's see. And I guess Rich, you haven't you haven't had a chance to get to Midnight Suns Blood Hunt yet either, right? But that is on your poll.
Well, it's gonna be in my box when I get to the shop.
So how many Blood Hunt titles have you on your poll, Rich?
The main title, Dracula, Midnight Suns, Black Panther, Strange Academy, and I think that's it.
All right.
That's what's on the pull. Now I will get books that will have like the Miles Morales Blood Hunt tie-in. Miles Morales is already on my pull list,
Mm-hmm.
so when I'll have that as well. So I have about five tie-ins.
Are you
But the
are you
Black
trying to read them in the suggested order or no?
going to try to. I've been able to do it so far. The only books I have not read really is the Blood Hunters book and the Union Jack book that just came out last week.
Yeah.
Uh, but everything else I've kind of read. Uh, Doctor Strange, I read that. Uh, and I will be getting a Fantastic Four book. Um, yeah. So yeah. It's a lot of books, no doubt, but so far some good stories been pretty good. I'm hoping that it doesn't kind of like flatten out by midway because there's so many different books. Uh, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. So check out. This is a very nice cover. Um, the Midnight Suns Blood Hunt #1. So just zooming in on that one a little bit. And
And Ken Lashley is the artist for the cover.
yes, yes,
His stuff is like
yeah.
epic.
Very, very talented artist. Very talented.
Hey
All
guys,
right.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
need to step away for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay,
Okay. No
We
problem.
got you.
I'll be right back.
All right. So let's see. Up next, Night Thrasher #4.
See, I got issue 1 of Night Thrasher, but I didn't even read it, so I have no idea. I'm a rely on the audience, the people in the chat. Do you like it? Like, am I missing out? You gotta school me on that one because I got issue 1, but it's on issue 4 already.
Okay. What's the chat saying? I know I am not reading Night Thrasher right now. I have heard some of the previous comments from chat. So
If
let's
it's
see.
quiet, then I'll take that as I did the right thing.
Yeah. Frustrated
Oh,
saying
they
they
dropped.
dropped the
They
ball.
dropped. They
Yeah.
dropped the ball. Oh, see, now I don't feel bad.
Okay. Night Thrasher #1 flat. Okay. So
Okay, Amani.
yeah. Okay. So what's up? What's up, Vagrant? Good to have you here.
Hello, Vagrant.
Right. And just quickly, I know we've had a few people join. Just to recap, we originally were going to have an interview at the beginning of this evening's show, but we postponed that interview for a later date. And also condolences to Paul. He had a death in the family, so just keep his family in your prayers, and uh, just thoughts and condolences towards them.
Yeah. Mm.
All right. So now for the book that Amani wanted to talk about, the Space
Space
Negro, uh,
Negro.
the Last Negro #3. So I have not gotten into this series yet either. So
I
again,
haven't.
yeah. Did you buy any of the covers though?
I did get issue 1.
Okay.
And what issue is this one? Is this
This is #3.
so I've got issue 1 and 2. I will probably pick up this just because it's such a novelty. Like it steps on toes a little bit, but I think the story was fun. Like I enjoyed the issue 1, and then issue 2 was okay. So I think I might, if I end up getting #3, I think I'm gonna add it to my poll. I think it's gonna. I think it'll do something later on. It'll have its own cult following, I believe.
Hmm. Yeah. I haven't felt compelled to buy it, but sometimes I come around to things a little bit late as well. So uh, I'm not going to pass any judgment on it. All
We
right.
can judge a little bit, a little bit.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about
Okay, welcome back.
that. All right. So, let's see. Up next, we've got a few different covers of Spider-Punk, and by a few, I mean 5. And there are some very nice covers here. Any that you want to spotlight, or did you pick up any, Angel?
So, that would be in my pull because I do love Spider Punk. I absolutely love the vibrant colors, the artwork. I'm not reading it, just to clarify, but the artists that they picked up for these covers are exceptional. I love bright colors. This particular one has reds and pinks together, which is not easy to pull off. So yeah, I'm looking for
Yeah.
the ratio cover. I didn't find it today, but I'm looking for it.
Yeah, that's John Chang has this trademark style. You can tell as soon as you see his artwork.
Yes.
So yeah. What up, Rich?
Okay.
Welcome
Sorry about
back.
that, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about Spider-Punk. As you know, Spider-Punk is written by Cody Ziegler.
Yes.
So he's not only a writer from a comic perspective, but he's written for several shows, including he was part of the writing team for She-Hulk.
Right.
Vagrant with a good question. What website are we using to display the comics? So we're using League of Comic Geeks. Two ways you can find it easily. To find the Black Comic Lords pull box, you can go to blackcomiclords.net, and from there you can click on New Comics and FOC Comics. There's a link from the main page. But then also, if you just search League of Comic Geeks and Black Comic Lords, then you should get a link to our pull box. And Paul does a great job of profiling all the books for your pull box. And then every Wednesday we go over the new comics of the week.
Yep.
Yep. So Spider-Punk, let me take a look at this one too. Spider-Punk Arms Race, and this is the Stormbreakers, Carlos Villa.
Yeah, that one's pretty nice.
More ads too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Frustrated says got cover number 2. Love the art for Spider-Punk and the way
Yes.
they changed the look of the characters that made them seem more original. So I think this is the cover
Agreed.
2. Okay, so that's the John Jang trade variant. Okay. And let's see. Then we've got several Star Wars High Republic as well. So
Yeah, I am not collecting those. I do not buy those. I am not on board. I have nothing against them. I am just a Star Wars fanatic. And if I try to include Star Wars in my poll, I would not be able to keep a roof over my head. It'd just be too much. So I do not touch Star Wars. No.
So noteworthy here is that these are two of them are High Republic Adventures, and then one is High Republic Adventures Saber for Hire. So number 6 for High Republic Adventures, and then Saber for Hire is number 2. So I have not been keeping up with the Star Wars series. I'm behind on a lot right now. Um, I know if Paul were here, he'd be giving us the rundown of that. But
Yes.
interesting. Let's see. Yep. I will say that the Star Wars Adventures Saber for a Hire book is really good. So frustrated. Thanks for letting us know. So would you recommend that to the rest of the chat? All right. And then I'm just going to move down because Angel covered it earlier, but Angel has a cover that's not even featured
Yes.
on this list. Pull it back up, Angel. So this
I
is
think that's
also,
issue 2, I believe. That's it. Is that issue 3 or issue 2?
2.
oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
that's issue 3 is what came out this week.
Okay. All right. So let's look at Thorn issue 3. In his search for a missing Rosebush teenager, Thorne uncovers a sex trafficking ring operating under the police protection for kickbacks. Can Thorne safely rescue the victims and expose the corrupt crime ring, or will he have to fight his way out? So another title from Advent Comics. Be sure to check it out. Be sure to pre-order.
Oh, I do want to add, Advent Comics is celebrating their 15th year anniversary. So make sure you find a comic you like and support them and keep them going.
Yeah, shout out to Tony Kittrell. You can see the other creators. So Pal Rodricks, Brian Veleza, Ed Dukeshire, and Ken Hunt as cover artist for this one.
Titan Ultraman.
Mm-hmm. And that's a different title as well. So we've got Thorn number 3, Titan the Ultraman number 2,
Mm-hmm.
all from Advent Comics.
Yes, sir. And Capable. Don't forget about Capable.
Oh, that's right, Capable. Huge week then.
Yeah.
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 Rich.
Go back.
That sure looks really comfortable for hot weather.
Yes, it's a dashiki for sure, no doubt. Somebody was saying earlier about Night Thrasher. Issue 4 is the last one, so you don't have to worry about Night Thrasher no more. It's done. It's a wrap. So
it was a limited series then.
Yeah, it was limited. It was not
Okay.
ongoing. Thank God, because it's been it has not been good. I mean, that thing has been flat as day old beer.
Okay.
That's just listen, I wanted that book to be good, but when something is just not good, it's just not good. So, hopefully they'll bring it back with another writer. So
yes, let's do that. Another
yeah.
writer, please.
So it says, what happened to the antagonist book this week? Well, like I say, listen, when it comes to these independent books, guys, the intentions for them to release certain things they may have a date that they have in mind, but when the books don't come out or it's in limited release, you're going to have issues. I have not seen, I think if we would have had it on League of Comic Geeks if that book was coming out this week. So the fact that it's not, let me just look. I'll look on.
I see on Previews World that is scheduled for today still. So I don't know. Maybe we missed it. I don't know.
I don't think we have, because I think somebody would have popped it up, would have posted about it on Black Comic Lords if that book would have came out, because that'd have been news and trust. I think the people at Godhood would have put something in our space saying that book was out as well. So
all right,
we'll just blame it on the trucks.
Wow, Rich, this comment from Pericles, you just earned a shade alert, Pericles. Wow, Pericles, tell us how you really feel.
Popeye's biscuit dry.
Yeah, I mean, look. Well, I'll say this: Popeye biscuits are not the same. Back in the day, Popeye's biscuits were pretty good, but they just a side note, their chicken. I mean, their whole thing has just not been the same. They put out these chicken sandwiches and thought they was gonna win everybody over with them, but people enjoyed the chicken sandwich for when it was hot, when it was the hype thing to do, and then now it's like, what? Nobody cares anymore. So yeah, the good people at Popeyes, y'all need to go back to y'all original recipes, because what y'all working with ain't really hitting. So anyway,
back to
comics.
Claim it's too expensive.
Okay.
That part too. Well, you know what's interesting? That was in the news today talking about fast food, that 60% of people are no longer eating fast food because it's too expensive.
Yep.
Too expensive. Oh,
about to go out of business. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Fast food is gotten expensive. I mean, remember when you used to go to somewhere like McDonald's or whatever, and you spend
And
$5.
$5. Yep,
Yeah,
Yep.
you
$5
spend
Dollar
got
five
you
menu.
bucks and you have a
everything.
whole combo. Not no more.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Not no more. And man, just the times we live in.
I'm
Everything is
okay
high
with cooking at home.
Mm.
already.
So frustrated with the comment about Night Thrasher as well. Wasn't written well. The premise was cool, but they fumbled the writing, is what he's saying.
Yes, yes,
So
they
Yeah.
did.
yeah.
Yep. I
Oh,
didn't buy any more after
are you?
issue 1.
So I have to admit I haven't been to McDonald's lately, but $5 for large fries sounds like a whole lot.
It's probably close to. I wouldn't say it's five, but it's probably be around four. Right at $4.
I just
Uh,
bought large fries tonight, and yeah, it's just under $5. It's ridiculous.
Wow, that's probably not even one potato if you think about
Monty
No.
says a Ozempic is also impacting
it.
fast food too. Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
Listen, guys. Shout out to all of y'all that's out there taking that. Y'all won't get the jab, but y'all will take Ozempic. Really? That what
Them
we doing?
popping pills, the magic
Hmm.
pills.
Messing with your digestive system, starving yourself. No, that
It'll
ain't
be
that
a
ain't the way.
class action lawsuit down the road. Did you take Ozempic? Call this number.
Get ready. All right. Now
Wolverine.
this one is on the list because Victor
Yes,
Laval is the writer, right?
yes.
So this is Wolverine number 50.
Mhm. Yep. That's the end of the last book for the story arc, Sabretooth War.
All right.
The
And
finale.
is this on your poll, Rich?
No, I,
No.
I have been picking it up. I had it on my pull. I'm a Wolverine fan, but it got real flat around issue 25 to 30.
Hmm.
I took it off my pull list.
That's a lot of
Then they
comics.
start putting out the lives of Wolverine, the deaths of Wolverine. They started putting out side books, and so I was kind of done. Victor Laval wasn't on it, so when Victor Laval uh, jumped back on the book, that's when Paul started saying it was pretty good, and he was talking about the Sabretooth War book. I mean, the Sabretooth War story arc, which started at issue 41. I want to say. And so Otis hit me up about it. And so I caught up with the story or whatever. The story's been great. I do think that they could have condensed the story. To be honest, it's 9 issues. They could have condensed it, in my humble opinion. I mean, it was a great story arc or whatever. And I have not read the finale or whatever, so I'm probably read that sometime this weekend. But yeah,
All right. Some additional comments about the fries here. Eat them hot with some extra fries in the bag. Those are the best ones, the ones that fall at the bottom of the
yep,
bag.
yep,
Yes.
yep, yep.
Dimitri says that was a cool issue, like the adamantium armor Forge made. Aside from that, agree it was flat and the ending was kind of dry and lackluster. Okay.
Oh, well,
Mm.
do better, Marvel. Do better.
I mean, but they, see the Fall of X stuff is really the Fall of X stuff is really not been good at all. All of it. I'm talking about all of it. All of it has been a proverbial waste of time. They cannot reset this thing soon enough. So, I'm not surprised. And I do think that when Marvel decided to reset, because this is what happens when a book is getting ready to reset, the writers, no shade to y'all, but we know how people's just human nature. Okay, well, I'm done. Do you really think I'm going to put any extra effort to make this really amazing? They getting out the way. So
Hmm.
it is what it is. So yeah. But
All right.
shout out to Eve Ewing and Jeffrey Thorne getting ready to do some X-Men books. So
Yes.
Yep. Interesting. And quickly, just wanted to, if I can find it here. We did have a great interview on Sunday that I want to call everybody's attention. So, in case you did not know, we interviewed David Cranston of Harriet Tubman, the Demon Slayer fame.
I love
So
that comic. It was good. It's really good.
yeah, so great interview on Sunday. Um, a lot to look forward to on that series. We got issue number 7 that's coming out soon, and then also hopefully a series in the works. So a lot to look forward to. So check
Yep.
that interview out if you did not get a chance to see it.
Frustrated says, well, for real people have to admit Hickman made the beginning of the story way too complicated. Then he left the titles. I mean, I think that wasn't really his deal. I mean, some of the things he wanted to do, which include giving Storm a child by T'Challa, Marvel shelved. They didn't want to do it. So, naturally, I mean, Powers of X, House of X, I mean, House of 10, Powers of X, however you want to put it. That story arc was great. I think everybody loved it. Everybody loved that reset with Krakoa and all that. And then after he left, that's when it got kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And they had all of these X titles that nobody cared about, nobody was reading. Nobody cared about New Mutants. Nobody cared about Marauders. Nobody, especially Marauders 13 is the only book that this black comic book community cared about. That was it. Anything else in that line, nobody cared about. X-Force, didn't nobody care about that either. So you had all of these X titles, all of this stuff that's going on, quote unquote, to support the Hickman writing, right? Then they put out, they had titles that they wound up canceling, like Way of X, which was a Nightcrawler book. They canceled that. They canceled X Corp, which was a Monet book, I believe. So they were just saturated with stuff. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, it got complicated because they had all these different titles. We gotta use. It's just like they said, we gotta use this character. We gotta use this character. We gotta use this. And the only books that really people were reading were the X-Men books and the X-Men Red books. Nobody else cared about the rest of that stuff. The Wolverine book too, maybe. And some people may enjoy Cable, but other than that, nobody cared. Drop the ball.
Yeah, Vagrant says Hickman has a great track record, but you have to let him finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wolverine against Silver Samurai in that armor would be dope. They dropped the ball, letting Hickman go on the Krakoa era. He did an impeccable job. Uh-oh.
Monty says, I'm showing up to Atlantic Con. They'll simply buy it.
Woo!
Okay.
Go,
I guess we won't be going to get no ribs or nothing, huh, bro? Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. So we were talking about, I guess we there's not a lot of news that we could talk about, guys. But there is another rumor that the Blade movie is going to be rewritten again.
So excited.
So shout out to all of y'all that's been waiting on this Blade movie. Look, they can't even agree on a script.
Nope.
Marvel is
a mess.
A mess.
And
you know, I look, if Giancarlo Esposito wasn't coming to the MCU, I would have nothing good to say about the MCU at this point. And so I'm just looking at it like, dude, pick. It's like I tell my daughter, pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Just pick a struggle, because if you don't pick one, one's gonna pick you. So they need to make up their mind what is it that they want to do, and just go on and put it. But they trying to connect these dots or whatever, and they need to stop trying to do that. You guys had 10 years of success connecting the dots. Look, it's time for y'all to reboot. It's time for y'all to reset. But y'all want us to wait to 2027 or whenever it is when y'all do Secret Wars, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. The MCU is an afterthought at this point. Nobody's jumping up and down for Thunderbolts. Nobody's jumping up and down for Captain America, New World Order, whatever they want to call it. No one cares about your product, Marvel. And the one book, the one character that you got that you guaranteed to sell tickets, y'all can't get the doggone script right.
No.
What's that about?
Problematic. Yep. Verse is Mahershala Ali still attached?
Eh.
You know what? He probably
Who
still
knows?
is, but that you know, it used to be a big thing to like really be connected to Marvel. I think that done went out the window.
Yeah, that time has passed. The era has changed.
Hmm. Let's see.
Uh-oh. I
Yeah.
I want a summertime super soldier serum body.
Okay, y'all go ahead.
Yeah. I if I'm giving Marvel the benefit of the doubt, I have to think that it's probably going to take a good 2 years before they get things turned around from when
Yeah.
when they realized they had a writing problem, and they also had a problem where they were how do I say this? They were using up all the available talent for the CGI work they were doing, and there's just not enough of it to go around, spreading it thin. So I would say it probably take 2 years before they get all that fixed, and it's going to show up in the end product. That's if we're lucky. But maybe
Yeah.
Deadpool, as we're saying here, get us on track.
I hope so, cause man, they beating us up with this mess.
Hmm.
I-
Vagrant says excited about anything Anthony Mackie leads. Dimitri.
Anthony Mackie is okay. You know, I'm on record. I'm not a fan of Cap Falcon. I just want him to be Falcon. You know, him being Captain America. Okay, it goes to the theaters. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna get some popcorn. I'm gonna get a tub of drink.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just poo-poo it and say I'm not gonna go see it. I'm definitely gonna go see it. But am I just like really excited about it or whatever for it? Not really. And it's nothing against Mackie. I like Mackie as an actor. Um, but it's just that I think that they have messed that part of the MCU up as well. Um, and they're giving. I think the who is the big bad in that movie supposedly? Do you know, Derek? Is it the
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, that's
is
right.
I'm
Harrison
guessing. I'm
Ford.
guessing is Red Hulk, right? Forgot his
are you
name.
sure that's not the Thunderbolts movie? Well, he's going to be in that.
No, he's gonna be
Yeah,
in
I
Anthony
thought
Mackie's movie.
Okay.
I thought Harrison Ford was gonna be in both. Was it gonna like tie over to each other? I thought.
Yeah.
Let me see. Thunderbolts.
I mean, to me, you know what I would really like. I would not at this point with the MCU being trash like now. A Hulk movie would not be bad to see.
Yeah, agree.
You know, so
Yeah, Harrison Ford is in Thunderbolts and it's scheduled to release in 2025.
But isn't he also in Captain America?
I'm checking.
And who's
Captain
that dude they got for
America.
Kang?
Scott Caesar said, "Don't worry, Rich. They have nice Cholo Falcon for you. Gotta love these forgotten tokens." Yeah,
What's the so is it Civil War? No, it's Captain America. What?
New World Order, I believe.
Oh, New World. That was it. New World Order. All right. So the cast for that: Harrison Ford is in both movies, and then Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson. Who's in? Yeah, Harrison Ford plays Thaddeus.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Okay, I guess we'll have to see.
Either way, I mean, you know, it's got Marvel attached to it. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna watch it or whatever. But I'm not.
Can't
I'm
help it,
just not
right?
stoked.
Hmm.
Huh?
It's like it's like one of the flies flying towards the the bug zapper. You can't help it.
Pretty
Moth to
much.
a flame. Let
pretty
me
Yeah.
much,
fly in. Let me just go.
pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, good. I mean, look, for me, I'm intrigued with the Fantastic Four stuff. Uh, Not necessarily about the casting, but I am intrigued with the Fantastic Four stuff. It'll be good to see, the Deadpool movies. That's going to be nice. It's the only movie on the summer or for the rest of the year as far as Marvel is concerned. Uh, I'm not sure when the TV shows that Disney Plus is doing the Agatha Harkness. I think that's
Mhm.
the next one that's coming out. Um, but I'm just not excited for any of this stuff. I don't even care about the recast for Kang. I just don't. Shout out to
I
Jonathan Major.
think, yeah, we just need to have him come back. They just need to do what I said because I said it. Jonathan Majors need to come back and don't listen to all that nonsense. Nothing happened.
Hmm. If Brave New World is good, but you have the director and the crew take the BP reboot.
Well, Jay, the problem with that is they've already given Ryan Coogler that job. He's doing Black Panther 3,
Oh yeah,
and
that's right. Hopefully
he's
the
doing it.
banks
He's
treat
doing
him
an
better.
X-Men movie as well.
But is Black Panther 3 going to be a reboot?
Um, I
Hmm.
hope so. I hope it's recast the child. I don't know. I mean, they gotta kind of see this thing with the TJ through. They kind of. I can't see them retconning or rebooting it like that. For Black Panther 3, I think that they'll wrap it up in a trilogy type deal and then they'll start over. I think. Um, I just don't care about Black Panther until they bring back T'Challa. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go see it. Like I said, talking about the other stuff. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna spend my money to go see it, but is it gonna be the same? Everybody wants T'Challa back. You know,
Hmm.
Yes.
Shuri is great. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's nobody's buying T'Challa Jr. Nobody's buying that.
And wouldn't it be too soon because it was the memorial movie when we discovered he had a kid out there in the
Yeah.
world. So how are you gonna just turn around and have a adult Black Panther when not enough time has gone by?
Not at
That won't
all.
make no sense.
Yeah.
Not at
Yeah.
all. So,
So let
but
me ask this question. Um, do you have any guesses as to who Giancarlo Esposito will be playing in the MCU? And I don't know if you saw
Ooh.
his latest quote. There's a quote a few days ago.
well, some people think he's gonna play Kang. Um, Now he's supposed to be in something soon, so he may be in the Deadpool
Oh,
Wolverine movie.
so I'm looking for this quote. He says, um, "The MCU has knocked on my door, and it's a role you won't predict. It will be teased, and there will be a series afterwards." So,
Oh.
so what? Where does that put us?
Sound like a race swap. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh. You know, you may be spot on with that though.
That's 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 what it sounds like. It sounds like something that's gonna be race swapped again. Marvel, they good for that.
Hmm.
Um, I
Chat,
don't
what do
know,
you think?
man.
What do you think? I'll pull up this quote. It got me thinking. I have no clue. More ads. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we think?
So he will
Giancarlo
be.
Esposito. Hmm.
I'm trying
Huh.
to think. I'm trying to think.
If it
If it
ain't
ain't Blue
Blue
Marvel,
Marvel, who
who
cares?
cares?
That's funny. I like that.
Now, Adam Brashear. Um,
Oh. Hmm.
man, they have. That's. I don't even. You know what? I'm just glad all the Blue Marvels are gone from Ollie's. That's all I can say.
Okay.
But yeah, that Blue Marvel. I think he's too old for Blue Marvel. Um, now of course Blue Marvel is kind of an older character,
Yeah.
so he could, in theory, play, but he doesn't have. I don't think he has the build to play Blue Marvel. Um, I'm trying to think who else could he play.
I mean, it's got to be a big role. You would expect, and the key hint. There's going to be a series.
Right. So that means they want to solidify this character with this actor.
Hmm.
Hmm. I don't know.
I don't
I
either.
don't know. I
Cause
sound like all I can come up with is it's going to be a race swap character.
that might be it
It
too.
ain't too many black characters, notable black characters that he could play. Um, you know, Vagrant says the actor that did the voice of Gargoyles, he was in Commune. I forgot his name. That's Keith David. Keith David.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
got to meet him this year.
Oh, you
Okay.
did. Nice,
He's
nice.
really nice.
Um, there are fans who want Ernie Hudson to play Blue Marvel. Yeah, he's up there. He does not look 80, but he's up there.
Yeah.
Uh, make him a watcher for the Fantastic Four. Okay.
Not
Uh,
not not bad. Not bad. Not bad thought.
Dimitri says shout out to Kevin G for making such an OP character.
Yeah.
But that's
That.
like that's kind of a bit of a curse because when you make a character that OP, especially a black character, people don't know how to use them.
Yeah, it's
Right.
kind of a
Yeah,
sad day in Gotham when they do that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the agenda that gets in the way.
They won't use them. That's for sure.
Mm,
Or allow
yeah.
them to be at their full spectrum of powers. No, that's not
Mm,
right for that character. But that's how it's
mm.
written.
I do think you're right. I think Ernie matches the appearance. But then again, Harrison Ford is playing Thunderbolt Ross in Red
Right.
Hulk, and
Oh yeah,
he's
there's
in his
C
80s too. You know,
there's
so
CGI and all his stuff, so
hmm
okay.
Black Boy versus right now Norman Osborn,
that could work.
that could work.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah, that could work.
I didn't
That
think
could
about
work.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
even if it's race swapped, you think it'll work?
Mr. DC Comics says, "Do you want a young Blue Marvel right away or an older one from the jump?" Um, I would say a older one because he's really, I mean, he's a character from what, the 40s in terms of his books, in terms of his origin. Um, but if here's the thing, the question is, if they bring him into the MCU, how long is he going to be around in the MCU?
Yeah.
If he's only going to be around for like one or two movies, then make him older. If he's going to be around for like the next 10 years or so,
And make them
then
younger.
make him a little
Yeah.
bit younger. Um, but it just depends on what they want to do. The problem with that is, of course, is if you here's the thing about Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel, in terms of Marvel comics, is kind of almost like his own thing. He comes in.
What's up, Herschel?
What's
He comes in. What
up?
up, Berkshire? He comes in completely. The only connection he has is to Iron Man because Iron Man is in the Adam Legend of Blue Marvel miniseries. So how would they bring him in? They're not going to bring him in through Iron Man because I don't even know if they're going to bring Iron Man into the next phase at all. And Marvel's not paying those $20 million movie things to oh boy no more. They done with that. So
But I heard he's coming back though.
they got the money, I guess.
Yeah,
Man, we doing Blue Marvel talk tonight, huh?
that's what got you on, Herschel, huh? Blue Marvel.
Man, Blue Marvel is cooked, man. Blue Marvel's cooked. He's cooked. Anytime you hang around in Ollie's and Ross, that's it, man. That's it. His book is still trying to do well, man. But wishful thinking, man. But y'all got
I
it,
mean,
man.
Marvel messed that up, though, man. Marvel messed that up. To me, that says those action figures were at the store or at Ollie's for a reason, and they didn't use the Marvels was the movies he was supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Those action figures were not at Ollie's before that.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. Go on social media. Who has always talked about Blue Marvel? Us. The
Mhm.
folks that don't look like us, they didn't recognize him. He looked like a G.I. Joe figure. He had
Yeah.
one of those 80s jackets on. They didn't know him. They didn't know anything about the Legend of Blue Marvel. They just thought he was the smart black dude that's down in the van. That's it. So he never like he had a dope presence, but remember that book got canceled after 5 issues, and then he was with the Mighty Avengers, and but it's just it. I'm gonna tell you something. Him, Luke Cage, T'Challa, Blade, all those guys are cooked MCU wise because they're too pragmatic. And if you look at where um, Marvel is trying to go with their characters now, that's why we're not gonna see them. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna let Marvel have it. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna grab my books, especially I'm gonna grab me a Blade because that book about to sink a little bit because they're trying their best to force Mahershala Ali to do it this new super woke way, and Mahershala has really got himself in a bind right now because he is the one that this is public record. He stepped to Kevin Feige and said, "I want to do Blade," and Kevin Feige said, "Well, who am I to turn down an Oscar winner?" And now that was in 2019, and here we are in 2024, finna redo this thing again. But eventually, one of these executives, Bob Eger's gonna like, look, how's it going? He don't want to do this. He don't want. He wanted to be about Blade. He don't want it to be about this other person. Hey, let's just axe the whole entire project, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm just waiting on them to say it's done, it's cooked, because that's what we headed.
I think but here's the thing, though. I don't think nobody's feelings are going to be hurt if they do that, Herschel, because they have made such a mess of it. Because it's kind of like, okay, let's go back to the timeline. Okay, let's go back in time. When it was first announced that they were doing a Blade movie, they got a sister to do the script, and that sister, everybody was kind of hyped about it, or like, okay, this is gonna be dope or whatever, and they quietly dismissed her. They said, well, we're gonna bring in another writer to do the script, new director, whole thing, whatever. That's when it got like, I think the dude that they got, he was there for maybe a cup of coffee, and he said, I'm out. Then they got another person to do the script, and the script that you were talking about, Herschel, where where they were kind of alluding to, they wanted to make it about, I don't know if they were trying to introduce Brielle Brooks or somebody, but the movie wasn't even going to really be about Blade.
Right.
So it was kind of like you're making a Blade movie, but it's nothing about Blade. Then you wanted to make it an emo book. I'm like, Blade is a vampire killer. That's what he does. What are you guys doing? That went out the window. By that time, Ali was kind of like, man, y'all pissing me off. Let me help write the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that they want to quote unquote write the story, now they want to rewrite it again. Because to your point, Herschel, that's what they're probably trying to do. They're probably trying to do some goofy, woke stuff, and that's not mixing well with who Blade is. Because if you do that with that character, what does that say about your pride? Because at that point, then you're going to have a lot of people going to be like, you know what? Because how can you mess up Blade? How can you? He kills vampires.
And he doesn't get into. He doesn't lead in with his blackness either. He
No,
just kills vampires. He doesn't
vampires.
care about the left. He don't care about the right. He don't care about black vampires. He don't care about gay vampires. If you a vampire, you on his hit list. That's it. That's
Period.
it.
Off
Angel,
with
what you
their
think? What
heads.
you think, Angel? What you think, Angel?
I don't in the MCU. I don't want to speculate because I think they're just in a mess right now. They're not really. They created this MCU universe that was too far separated from source material. They started out really well. Of course, a lot of it was from source material. And then they ad-libbed a little bit too much with the side stories. We got Falcon, that's now Captain America. We have, Iron Man's dead. It was just convoluted. The stories were good until now they've running out of steam and they're like, oh, what do we do? So now with Blade, it is literally all up in the air and they are confused. They confused themselves.
I don't think. I would disagree. I don't think they're confused. I think they want Mahershala Ali to just
They
quit.
just want confusion, huh?
No. They want Mahershala Ali to quit so they can bring somebody else in there that's willing to do whatever. And Mahershala Ali is standing 10 toes, and that's a problem because if you force him out, then it makes you look like y'all got some more problems. You really want Mahershala Ali to quit right now so that you can go on with your agenda. This is obviously an agenda move. Mahershala Ali is going to fight. Listen, this reminds me of The Rock while he was trying to do Black Adam. Remember, this was going
Oh,
on for
that.
years.
Oh, I
And then
hated
as
them for
soon as
that.
he was able to do it, they had some issues, and a lot of people blame Rock. I think it was timing too because they dropped the movie a freaking couple weeks right before
Just for
Wakanda
Black Panther.
Forever.
Yeah.
And so Black Panther took all his damn money. Even the people that was mad, hate watched it. They still went.
They did
And the movie
hate
had
watch
some
it.
problems.
Oh my
The movie had
god.
problems, but and I don't want to get into the recast. Oh God, help us, spare us tonight. But yeah, that was a problem. I didn't think The Rock was horrible. It was better than
I
Thor: Love
think
and Thunder. It was that better than Blue
resurrected a
Beetle.
he resurrected that character because other than those that were faithful to DC and those books, he resurrected that character. They were able to sell so much stuff with Black Adam. Now it made me mad that he did not want to dive a little deeper into the character. He just was himself dressed up as Black Adam.
They
It
thought
was
that was gonna
cosplay.
sell it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he could have put some hair on his head. He could have at least
Accent,
pretended to have an
yeah.
accent. You
Mm.
know, how you in the middle of a foreign country and you sound American like you just was drinking mimosas all day? Come on, man.
Mm.
He's
I
got
mean,
good
but
This
look,
wisdom
here's the
though.
thing though. The problem with the problem with comic book movies are comic books because the source material is not what they want to do, and the comic book
yeah,
fans are like, why won't you do the source material? Because clearly that's where you get your inspiration from.
right.
But you can't do this woke stuff and ignore the source material. I mean, think about what happened with Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson should have been one of the better offerings as far as Disney Plus, and it was trash for the most part because again they went away from the source material. They don't.
See?
They didn't consider the fact that okay, there's a reason why a lot of us as comic book heads went to the comic book shop and read Secret Invasion. You didn't think about that. Even with a movie like The Eternals, which was dumpster fire trash.
I loved it.
Again,
I even got the shirt.
Angel,
and you
now
go
he gonna sit on
and
this
guess what,
live
Angel?
and
You can
lie
go
and
get
say you love.
you can go get all of those action
I
figures at
did.
Ollie's.
Yeah.
So
Whole
they
T-shirt.
they but they went away from the source material.
They
They
did.
swapped a lot of characters, whatever. People want to see the original stuff.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Richard, to Marvel's point, they've always gone away from source material and they've made it work. Samuel Nick Fury has never been black. He
Nope.
was I was source
He is
material. Now, granted,
now.
that's a
He
race
is
swap.
now.
That's a race swap. Iron Man and how the Avengers got started, that wasn't the original Avengers, but little nuances like that. Obviously, they played with that. Even Black Panther, his suit, he didn't have that suit original. I mean, they didn't go page by page. Now we do notice that when you do it the right way, like how X-Men '97 was done, now they played with some stuff, but they kept the core thing with X-Men '97. It worked out great. Even though X-Men '97 had some bad ratings for some weird reason, it worked out great. They need to use that same team. Well, they fired the guy that wrote most of the stuff because
Well,
he
here's the
was a
thing
bad
about that,
actor.
Herschel. They had done so. The reason why the ratings were so bad for X-Men '97 was because a lot of people had left Disney Plus, have left the MCU altogether. There's a lot of
Yes.
people out here that don't even care what the MCU is doing. They're not even thinking about going to the movies.
Yeah.
They don't care, what Marvel is quote unquote trying to do. They have not. They're disconnected.
So,
And
well, that means those bad ratings will also translate to Star Wars too. If what you're saying is correct, right?
It is. It is to a
It
certain
is like
extent.
the bat. What happened with the Bad Batch? The last run of the Bad Batch. Did that?
No, no. What about the new show that's out? People are
I
already
haven't.
trashing it.
Yeah.
The one that's super diverse. We got tons of black people in it. Now I forget what's the name of it. They are
Acolyte.
killing
The
it
Acolyte.
online.
Yep.
Acolyte. I haven't
They
even
are
started watching it.
trashing this movie. Um,
Did
I
they?
don't think it's out yet.
Hence, well, see,
well, it's
everything
coming.
that's been explained so far, hence my saying that they're confused. Because you're kicking this person out, that's the writer. You're kicking these characters around, race swapping. It's so far convoluted. How do you bring it back together? You don't have a lot of the original people that created or started a lot of these stories. You don't have the actors in there. You killed Iron Man off. I mean, Chadwick is passed. I mean, they have so much chaos going around.
Hmm.
Where would they even begin? It's
And
a tangled web they waved. Okay.
and and how can you expect any writer, even a good writer, to come in and to make all these loose ends fit together, right?
Right.
If they're got to fit within this universe that exists right now, that's a big challenge. Now maybe it's a little bit easier
Mhm.
for Blade
Yeah,
than other titles, but
yeah.
still, I would hate to be a writer and have the challenge of trying to fit it into what everything that's been built,
Because you're
right?
probably gonna get fired, even
and
though
and
you're
then
into
that's
it.
the other thing that
Yeah.
I mean that's the confusion because they're demanding this excellence, but they're handing piles of crap to whoever tries to take over.
Hey, but guess what? Here's a comment that I
Yeah.
say
Shout
every.
out Jeffrey Thorne. Thank you for joining us in the chat, Jeffrey.
Appreciate that, Jeff. But here's a thing. Here's an even worse issue. Sure, the Marvel has its issues, and DC. We don't even know where we can't even find DC right now, right? But here's the bigger story, and I bring this up every opportunity I can,
Yeah.
and everybody goes. It's like radio silence in the comments. It's like this all the time, even on social media. As soon as I say, "Well, let's go get," y'all know where I'm about to go. Everybody's gonna look away, act like I ain't saying. I'm not talking about y'all. But what about these black independent IPs? Get them on Netflix. Let's shift our focus in other areas. We can still glance and look at Marvel and be like, okay, cool. Y'all finally got the Blade script. But let's really push for these other IPs to get to that Netflix movie film festival level so we can start really getting after that. Because I'm
I
gonna be
think
honest
I
with you.
think I think that there's opportunity for that to happen. What here's the issue. The issue is comics is serialized storytelling, right? Meaning that okay, we start with a character. This is his story. This is his background. This is his hero's journey. This is his villains. This is his adversity. This is his issues. Work it out. Tell a story through that lens. With black independent characters or whatever, right? They have to start and they have to like finish. The problem is not starting. Problem is finishing. The only and this is no shade to no other comic book guys that are out here, but Concrete Comics Acolyte is one title I can say that has a chance to really do something special.
Philadelphia too.
But well, Philadelphia too, but again, that's serialized storytelling in the horror genre. With superhero stuff or whatever, it's a little different. But again, I think that if whoever's doing black independent stuff, whether it's Afrofuturism or whether it's Gothic stuff or whatever, it has to hit. But it also it can't be like, okay, 1-2 issues, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Even with the guy that's doing the Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, okay? Everybody's looking for the next story arc. Because you have to you got to have something like in the chamber. And that's been the problem with independence. You got to have something locked and loaded. You can't put it all.
But the problem is also too, they can't even get there because they got to fight. They got black folks getting their dollars, sharing the dollars with Marvel and DC. That's everybody's laser beam focused on T'Challa, Storm, T'Challa, Blade, Miles, Storm. It's just really those four. And Philadelphia gets some smoke here and there, but we're super laser going in social media. We're super laser focused. I'm not saying we shouldn't be.
But Herschel, there's some good points in the chat I want to focus on because they're going to address some of this. There's just one point. Where is it? Sorry, trying to find it now. Where's the Philadelphia comment? Oh, here it is. How can we expect any other black indie comic to show up on the screen if Philadelphia isn't out yet, number one, and Bitterroot, number two? If those don't come out, then how can we expect anything else?
Well, the same reason why we expect the recast. The same reason why we fight and scream and kick it about Blue Marvel. Not just here, but across social media. We're spending a lot of our energy screaming and yelling at white companies to recognize us. Why aren't we doing that with black companies? We are not spending a quarter, a fraction. How many people are screaming about Philadelphia tonight versus how many people screaming about Black Panther? I'm not saying that it should be equal.
Almost every week that comes up, Philadelphia.
Where? Here?
Yeah, here.
But guess we're one space. But Black Panther is across the board.
Throughout the community.
The community is just screaming every day.
That's what.
Well, that's because
we know. Well, listen, we know why, but we can share the wealth. We can walk and chew gum, but we're really not because we really trust these white companies to one day imagine we're gonna wake up, we're gonna unlock our phones, and they're gonna have a recast, or Blue Marvel's gonna fly across the sky, and that's great if that happens. But in the meantime, in between time, let's use that same energy to put pressure, and dare I say it, let's go hit up Rodney Barnes. Let me finish this point. Let's blow Rodney Barnes up so Rodney Barnes can go around and show the people, his constituents, the people he's working for, like, yo, people out here screaming about this. Let's get this moving. I'm pretty sure, I bet my collection on it, that Rodney Barnes is sitting back like, he's working on it. But I think if he had the noise, more and more noise behind him, like, yo, what's happening? It would probably happen a lot quicker. But our main focus is with what Marvel and DC is doing. So until we kind of spread the wealth around, we just gonna be sitting here screaming in an echo chamber. But that's me. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Wait, so back to Four Eyes Malone. It says, what rich enough black people care about making comic book movies? So we need to, and this is the message that we've had forever since the creation of Black Comic Lords. if you're not pre-ordering the comic books, the litmus test is the support and money earned from the independent comic books. It's not enough to go in a comic book and pick it up after it's been ordered. The whole industry picks up what people are willing to spend their money on from the pre-orders. So with the pre-orders, that that does the test market of what would sell and what's not, and not enough of us is pouring into independence. Once something is big and poured into, then the film industry is going to want to pick it up. Hence how we have the MCU and DC movies to begin with, because people poured into those movies. They have them on their pre-orders. They go to the conventions, and they're getting the artists and writers signatures. We're not doing that with our own stuff.
And
I think
mainly
it's a
because
little bit
I'm
more.
out there.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. And the reason why I say that is because with Marvel and DC, these are institutions that have been writing serialized comic books for decades, since the 40s. Okay, but this is what has been in the culture for decades. Okay, it's like none of us started off reading comic books. I would dare say our first comic book that any of us read was a Valiant title. It was probably a Marvel or DC book.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm getting at is that when we bring in new energy or new different comic book companies or whatever, right? Yes, that's one of our missions as Black Comic Lords, is to get people to support Black independent books, get a pull list and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And to Herschel's point, we're one group of, we only got like, in our space, we only got like 3,000 subscribers, when we probably should have someone like 300,000. But because we're such a small space and we're limited in what we're able to share and do and all that kind
how
of
many
thing.
people you said?
No, I'm saying that we only have 3,000 subscribers. When we really need to be at a level of 300,000 to really make an impact on the whole general mainstream landscape. Here's the thing: it's not that there are Black collectors out here that don't want to buy the books. It's just them being able to connect with the audience. Again, I go back to Philadelphia, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I know I was one of the few Black guys on Facebook Live, Facebook period, that was screaming about how good this book was.
I think you were the only person, though.
I might have been the only one.
You were probably the only person at the time. Yeah.
I don't know any commercial. I don't know any commercial. No white dudes. Nobody was talking about this book. I was screaming at this book. I would literally chew Herschel's ear off talking about how good Philadelphia.
But the mere fact that you were doing that and there weren't people beside, now I ain't talking about Derek, me, and Angel, but there weren't other entities that are Black doing that says a lot. But those other Black entities, you know what they were talking about? They were talking about Dragon Ball Z. They were talking about what's going on with Scooby-Doo. They were talking about Spider-Man. They were talking about Wolverine. But then when they have a smell or aroma of Blue Marvel might pop up, then he does it, now they mad. But then when it's time to go do some Black-owned stuff, they tip their hat to you, say good luck, and then they go on about their business. Yeah. It's like, man, look, my whole thing is, and I know Derek has brought this up too, promotion. I think that is paramount. You definitely got to promote. But part of this promotion, Marvel gets free advertisement with Negroes because we stay posting about T'Challa, Storm, Blade, and Mouse. And we should, because they're amazing characters. But where are the people posting, commenting, and talking on social media about these Black books, Black independent comics that are out there?
Yes,
I get those companies. It is their job to put it out there. But it is
my question is this. My question to you is this, Herschel. Name me a character, a black independent character. If you were just to say like, what character should I invest in?
I'm glad you asked. Guess what? Funny you asked that. Um, y'all have probably also if anybody's watching this, you've all been to the Facebook group. I literally took a picture holding the Tuskegee Airs book in
Mm-hmm,
my hand, and the caption. The only thing I said was no caption needed. That thing went mini viral. 16,000 likes, and a bunch of people hit me up asking me how to buy this book. Over 20 people. Now that's just who hit me up. A lot of people already went to Greg Burnham. But just me holding that up, that's a hell of a book to
mm-hmm,
invest in and all those characters. But
mm-hmm,
why? So I'm glad you asked why. The reason why is because Tuskegee, that name alone, is very triggering. You think about the Tuskegee experiment, you think about the Tuskegee Airmen. Obviously, it's dealing with the Tuskegee Airmen. That book can go. Plus, Marcus Williams was on that. That's a hell of a book. I would put
mm-hmm,
that book right beside or right underneath, but very closely to Philadelphia because that's already going to get butts and seats for movies, and it could go even further. I asked Greg Burnham, I said, Greg, people are blowing me up, hitting us up about this book as if nobody's ever seen it. He said, yeah, it's been out since 2017. The first thing that came to my mind, there was no group or community hub for you to
Nope.
go and ask questions about black comics. You just had to kind of get in where you fit. But now there's one that exists. Now, and I just made this post, never even read this freaking book. But just based off the cover, that's why I say covers matter. Just off the cover alone, it ain't because I look so nice. I'm so pretty, right? It's simply
And
because
a
of the
nice
book
shirt.
in the title. The title of that book is gonna get people to really wonder.
So, but here's my question, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I walk into Kohl's, if I walk into Walmart, if I
Mm-hmm.
walk into, I don't know, McDonald's, anywhere, if I'm walking around, if I'm a kid, I'm walking around in school, I'm gonna see Black Panther all over the place. I
Mm-hmm.
probably won't see Storm as much, but I'm gonna see Black Panther all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not gonna see Tuskegee Airs in those places. So I understand your point that
Yeah.
more people need to talk about it, but you can't talk about what you don't know,
What you
what you
don't
haven't
know.
been exposed to.
Sure.
So what is going to change that equation? Because to me, I think you're barking at the moon.
So here's what's going to change that equation. Um, Black Panther was not where he was 5, 6 years ago. He was maybe a C-lister. Somebody's going to send me a hate mail. Somebody's going to get pissed because I said that. But he wasn't where he was. Granted, the movie being in also promotion and merchandise threw him, literally tossed him across the stars
You had the
into the
whole
winner
MC, you had
circle.
the whole MCU, and then you throw, you know, Black Panther on top of it. So that
Boom.
you put Black Panther on top of a platform.
Yep.
So what platform is available that you can put these indie characters on top of, or they have
Okay.
to create their own? That's what I keep getting back to.
All right. So I'm gonna answer that question too. Now this is gonna sound stupid, and I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. It's gonna sound stupid. Some people laugh and joke and kid and throw a lot of shade at Tubi. Netflix used to be the joke of the world when Blockbuster was out. People were like, "Ain't nobody fooled on Netflix. Oh, you on Netflix? Ha ha ha! Key. Now Netflix is up there with Amazon Prime, who, for whatever reason, they're probably just as good as going to movie theaters or better. I think Tubi is good for some of these smaller platforms to get on, and also Netflix. Netflix will pick your show up. They always are looking for some new movies to add, even if it's small documentaries. Like even Phillips. I don't know if y'all even ran DJ Big Phil's thing tonight. That is. I don't even. That's ready to go on Amazon and Netflix right now. Those platforms, I think that they're ready to go. Even small film festivals get it going. But to your point, nothing. No matter how many times I post the Ski Airs and it goes mini viral or whatever, or everybody, it's 52,000 people in there. Everybody posted. It's never going to hit as big as them actually getting to the movie. But Derek, We gotta start somewhere, and where we start at is by what we're talking about tonight. But the folks that are actually on these, on in these, their subscribers, the people that's in that group, post like you post Black Panther. Talk about these things like you talk about Black Panther. We ain't gonna be able to catch the kid that's in the Macy's that's walking through, because you're not gonna be able to compete with the Marvel and DC. But at least get Tuskegee Airs is, as far as I consider Tuskegee Airs, like Black mainstream comics. Like a lot of places you go, you say Tuskegee. People say what's a good Black independent book to get into. They'll say Black Sands and Tuskegee Airs. Like they're extremely popular. I think we have to grassroots our own stuff, but this hub helps. Black Comic Lords really helps. But as far as like, and then also too, like I say this all the time, and people roll their eyes, but people, Black folks like Byron Allen, Black folks like Kevin Hart, who picked up Black Sands, but Black Sands, like something went south with that. We all saw that. Kevin Hart and what's the guy who owns the Mavs?
The which one?
Mark Cuban. They actually picked up
Mark
Black
Cuban.
Sands.
Oh.
So getting on Shark Tank, putting yourself out. He bet on himself. He was on a freaking Breakfast Club. Now I have no clue, and I'm not even. I don't. I can't even speak on Black Sands. Don't even own that particular book, but they've put themselves out there. But that's the only way. And then people like Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey to just bankroll it. Byron Allen to bankroll it. Get the Ryan Cooglers in the studios to actually do it with their
Right.
bankroll. The people hear Tyler Perry, they think Medea. No, Tyler Perry owns the freaking studios that Marvel uses to do their movies. Get your idea, your IP in front of their faces. I don't know how many Black folks have done that. I can't speak to it. But just getting in front of them and allowing them to produce it, be executives and stuff like that, hell yeah. Oprah, same thing. They're out here, if they know that they can turn a dime with what you got, they'll do it. But we just gotta
50
get out in front
Cent
of them.
just opened up a new movie studio.
Sure did. Now,
So
how many black Indians is in his inbox right now? Talking about, hey man, I got this XYZ going on. But they're
probably
just probably trying to
none.
get their feet off the ground. But I
Probably
don't trust 50
none. But
though.
we gonna change that because I plan on trying to get that email so I can submit some ideas.
Yep.
But I don't trust
I
50 because he say a lot of stuff. Like Trill League, which I'm not a fan of Trill League, but he was like, oh, Trill League's coming, nothing ever happened. The Zero superhero that him and Priest was supposed to do, nothing ain't never happened. I mean, we were supposed to be getting, we might not get a Black Panther 3, but guess what? People ain't gonna lose faith. But when it comes to black content, it's like if somebody don't drop issue number 2 or 3, let me just quit on them. They need our support. I mean,
Yes,
that's
I
it.
agree.
mhm. So I don't disagree with you. All I know is there's got to be a platform.
Yep.
There's got to be like the gas to the flame. Like we can have as much
Yep.
flame as we want, but if you don't have any fuel to burn, and that flame is not going anywhere, right? And
Yeah.
that's just my viewpoint. I don't think there's
Yeah.
enough fuel around, and we got to get the fuel together. Um, and and then part of this, I really think is going to come down to Bitterroot and Philadelphia. You need one or both of those to hit, so that people say, okay, maybe I want to get some of that Philadelphia action. What's another one like Philadelphia? What's another
Yeah.
like Bitterroot?
And honestly, what's
Speaking
Lovecraft?
speaking of Bitterroot, I don't want to change the topic, but I had the opportunity this past
Yep.
weekend to
Yep.
talk with Sanford Green.
Woo,
He
nice.
was yeah he was in town here, and I don't know if it's been announced or not, but he did mention that Bitterroot. I guess there's gonna be another arc or volume coming out. So I don't know if that's been widely announced, but he mentioned that. So
I am waiting patiently.
I'm very excited about that.
Man, you got a picture with him. You got some signatures. You're good.
Oh
You're
yeah,
good. But
yeah.
we all thought the vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan, even though it's vampire, we thought that might be actually Bitterroot, and it's not, which was disappointing. But
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure we would have heard a whole lot more stuff. But people are ready for the Bitterroot movie, but at the same time, um, Lovecraft Country really opened up the door for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but why did HBO cancel Lovecraft Country after one
Same
season?
reason why they
And
canceled Watchmen.
Watchmen too, right?
Same reason why they canceled
So
Watchmen.
The
and then
agenda.
The
yeah,
agenda, I think.
so this is the other thing I was going to bring up. Okay, let's say you get Netflix, gives you a season, right? HBO gives you a season. What are you giving up? How much creative control are you giving up, right? We've heard some creators who've had the opportunities to put their content on the screen, and they've had to say, "Well, no, I don't think I don't think I can do it here because you want to take my character that I put too much of my energy into and my life into, and you want to change what that character is or what their story is, right?"
Well, look what
So
happened to Black. Black bought, remember, bought like several of those books, right, Derek?
I don't know, maybe.
Uh,
Mhm.
but Black, they got option and they sold out. They sold their entire characters, everything in the IP. They sold the entire IP, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
Oh,
And
really?
we'll probably never hear from them again. A
Hmm.
lot of times, these companies will go and just buy that, just grab those IPs and toss to the side, just to get them off the floor. That's why we'll never ever see Black again. And it wasn't
Hmm.
bought by us, but those type of things happen too. Um, the creative control is important, and I think that's another reason why speculatory, but might be why Rodney Barnes is waiting. He's waiting on the contract to read exactly all the clauses, all the great, the small print. He wants it all to be cleaned exactly where he wants it, and
Hmm.
just get a man a freaking film. But there is an agenda out there that they are pushing. And if you ain't willing to play ball, then your show's probably not going to be greenlit. I don't know,
Hmm.
man.
So, I guess quickly, I'll since you mentioned it, I wasn't gonna bring up the my pickups, but I was gonna share a few. They're not pickups, but signatures for some of the stuff that I got signed by Sanford Green. So, first of all, I got my Beat Street Bitterroot cover signed. So,
Oh, wow.
Nice.
yeah, and I really like the way he signs the books. I mean, he's really careful to sign, a spot that's, it's empty, and then, in the side, so it's not all over everywhere, I guess, unless you ask for it, right? So this was, you know nice. And then got my Doom #1 signed.
Ooh, I love
Yeah,
that cover.
yep.
Dope cover, man.
Yeah, that's a nice one. And then I had two of these Bitterroot #1s. So there's
Mm-hmm.
that really nice Joe Louis cover, so he signed both of those. And then this is interesting. I think I've shared these a few times, but these promo packs for
Yep.
Bitterroot.
Yep.
These came out before the book actually came out,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a sealed promo pack, and I got two of those signed. I didn't realize I had a third one. I came back home
Oh,
and
man.
located a third one. So yeah. But anyway, it was just good to see the crowds really giving him some love, um, and to get some things signed, and then got that little scoop about Bitterroot. So I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
Yep.
So Rich had to either go to the bathroom or he got to get up in the
Or
morning.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
I
know. I
don't
don't know
think
what's
he's
going on.
coming back.
He ain't coming back.
So where does this leave us then? Like, what?
Man,
Uh-oh, here's Rich.
Angel
Oh,
sleeping.
Hey, Rich.
Richard is back.
Life be life, and
Your wife looked like she hit you up. Was like, "Yo,
no,
you
no,
got."
no, 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 no. This was my daughter. This is my
Oh,
daughter.
Okay.
I had to be black Superman. Say the day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Priorities.
So
Priorities.
apologies. I had to bounce because
Hmm.
when they say, my mom used to tell me that when you're born, they're on your lap. When you get older, they're on your heart.
yeah.
I thought you was about to say, "Oh, yo, something else."
No, no, Herschel. Correction. You're so stupid. No.
And he dying in the
He
corner
got,
over
he got,
there.
he got, he got a couple of them.
Oh
She said,
man,
you better enjoy them while they little. That's all I'm gonna
I'm
tell you.
trying to. One of them act just like me too, and all I can do is just stare at her when she cut up like I be cutting up. Man, did y'all go in the? I know everybody bought every Blood Hunt book that is in existence, but I gotta represent for the ladies. I try my best. Listen, did y'all pick up that Black Spider Woman cover?
You mean Jessica Drew?
Yeah,
This one
I
here?
got that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the
Yeah.
motorcycle one next. That's her first appearance. I mean,
Yeah.
not sure not sure what's gonna happen to cover her because comics is it's not.
Finicky.
It's, well, this is not 2020, so yeah, it's not the
It's
spec.
finicky.
Nah, I don't know what's gonna happen with her, but hey, I picked it up.
I hope she sticks around. I like her. I always did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
That's some more recast T'Challa comments.
this is rehashing old hash.
I mean, look, it's the recast situation. It is what it is. I will simply say this about it: that Marvel made the mistake of allowing Coogler to not, to kind of go through the emotions of what he was feeling. They did not. Here's the thing: they did not have to do the movie. That's what's upsetting about all of this. That the fact that it's like, look, they told him, man, if we don't really need to do this, we don't have to do this right now. We can do this later. No, everybody trauma bonded. Went to 2 funerals in the movie theater. So people are feeling some type of way about it because of the way it was done and the way that character has been. It is what it is. I will say this to your point, Herschel, that if a black, if a Black Panther esque type character could be created on the independent side, I don't necessarily think people will fool with it because it's not Marvel.
No, it's not.
And that's the cognitive dissonance that people experience because you can't say that you want independent books and you're still going to the old man. I mean, the old. And I heard people say that, well, we really own this character. We have co-opted this character. This is our character, and I have no arguments for that. But I will. You talk out 2 sides of your neck though when you tell me that you want independent Black books, and yet you still are looking for this company that owns this character to do right by this character. That's why I say I'm Black Pill when it comes to this, because I don't think Marvel has it in their interest to make T'Challa to be what he could be.
But the
Now, here's
agenda
the
that
thing.
they're running right now, T'Challa doesn't fit in there. He doesn't. With
Well,
what they're doing, he just doesn't.
and that's the problem. To me, they keep putting out Black Panther books, though.
Yep.
People, and that's why I kind of got into it last week. But so the people over Black Lightning, I'm like, y'all sitting up getting upset about these books, but y'all buying them. Y'all buying every cover. Y'all buy, it is what it is.
But let a Black independent not be late on issue 4. Oh, I'm done with them. But you can literally sit and watch Captain America knock T'Challa nose off, and you'll come right back to Eve Ewing. Eve Ewing didn't do it good enough. You come back to this guy. Like y'all are faithful. Jesus Christ faithful to this character, man. But
Stop,
this is what
Herschel.
we're doing. I
They
gotta
have
call it
a
like it
whole
is.
church. They have a whole church and
Secret Wars
sermon and
movie shit reboot
ceremony on these
MCU for
characters.
could be. Hey, listen though, listen. Did you see the post I made with Steve Harvey looking down his phone? Cause I watched somebody go in on how now at least now that T'Chaka is an X-Men 97, maybe he can marry Storm. That's what
Ew.
that's what
Hmm.
that's
Who
what we
said
doing now,
that?
man. Just
Ugh,
crazy. Just
that's
crazy talk,
weird.
man. So
Well,
weird.
I mean, I don't understand I don't understand why they did that. Um, I don't know what the thinking is. It's just like, why would y'all do T'Chaka instead of T'Challa? That to me, that didn't make
Well,
no
they
sense at all.
explain why. They actually interviewed a guy,
What did he say?
and he basically tried to. The guy came out and asked him. I need to repost that, but the guy came out and asked, "Hey, why didn't y'all not go with T'Challa?" And then he literally ignored the question. And basically, he's a company man, so he can't really say like, "Well, yeah, you're right." I make point. He said we try to get things to line up with the MCU, and then the guy cross-examined him and was like, "Well, if you want T'Challa to line up with the MCU, why in the hell was Iron Man there? Why in the hell was Spider-Man there? And why was Captain America there? Because none of them guys was superheroes in the '90s." And the guy said, "Well." This was fantasy. He just drove. He drove. He drove the ship like through a whole nother pond or something, man. But it was just funny. But they told the executives when they said, "Look, we're going to add Black Panther." They said, "Wait, which Black Panther?" T'Chaka. We're going to leave T'Chaka. That was a choice. That's why I said in those two videos I made that was a choice. But look, I tell people all the time. Let these white company. Y'all go get y'all some black books. We've been promoting our butt offs with some of these black books. Now, if that's not good enough for you, that's your problem. But there's better characters out there are just on par, that's out front and center, that's not getting killed off, that literally just need a movie. Need support so they can get a movie. But
Yeah.
dead horses.
But see, that's the other thing too. See, I'm kind of like I'm indifferent to it. The reason why I'm saying I'm indifferent to it is because as a comic head, all I want to do is read comics. I don't need something to come to live action. If
Me
we get
either.
something live action, that's great.
Cool.
If we get some animation, that's great or whatever. But me personally, I just want to read comic books. So it's important for me to get those comic books. Now the
Yeah.
thing is too also is going back to what I was saying earlier, comics is serialized storytelling. So if you put out a dope book, you can have a dope cover. I get what you're saying about that, Herschel. I get it. It draws. But what's going to keep you there has got to be your story. Your story still has to somewhat factor in
Oh, absolutely.
because, again, for people to like really take it, take to it or whatever, they gotta care about the character. You can only care about a cover so much. I got to care about this character. I got to become invested. I think that with Philadelphia, I'll tell you the reason why I kind of, you know, was on an island with Philadelphia is because I recognized early on what kind of story Rodney Barnes was telling, which was a father and son story. It just happened to have a bunch of vampires in it. I identified with the story, and so I felt like people could identify with it as well when they read it. The thing about these new independent books or whatever, great, put out your product, whatever, but your book, I'll say this to any independent person out there today. Your art and your cover, great or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna keep me buying your book. What's gonna keep me buying your book is that if you create a universe, a character that I can care about, which means that your character has to make me care about him or her or it. I gotta care. I gotta be invested. I gotta be willing to say, you know what? I gotta find issue number 2 when it comes out. Okay, because if I have to your point, Herschel, if issue 4 doesn't come out on time or whatever, am I gonna be feeling some type of way? Absolutely. That's just human nature, I think. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, though, it has to be so compelling to where I'm really, really want this thing to really move. Does that make sense? Because
Yes.
again,
Do you care? Do you care that much about? Do you care that much about Miles?
no, you know how I feel about Miles
But
historically, bro.
but but I
You already
guarantee
know.
you, but I guarantee you that you gonna jump in and buy some of them books. Depending on what's going on, you gonna pop. You see, that's a book that you're not in a committed relationship with. That's a book that that you date. that you'll go and buy a couple issues, take it, hang out
It's
with
on my
it.
pull list. I mean, I got Miles Morales on my pull list.
Well, then
So
you're in a committed
I
relationship.
do. I'm dating. I'm dating.
No, if he is on your pull list, you're in a committed relationship, sir.
Committed.
Committed.
It's like,
Because that white guy
well,
with the beard.
I'm doing a lot of cheating. Though. I'm doing a lot of cheating.
Well, listen, the white guy with the beard that's behind that desk at your LCS, he's looking for you to pay that note on that pull list. By the end of
Of
that month.
course.
Yeah.
Now, again, here's the thing. See, Angel talked about Advent Comics earlier, right? I talked about Concrete. The stuff that they have at Advent, some of it is amazing. But do we get it all the time? We get it in spots. And that's the thing about us as human beings, whatever, right? Like, for example, Herschel, I got a comic book. I'm gonna put this comic book out every 60 days. Okay. I'm gonna get a comic book in your hand every 60 days. If you can make that commitment to me that I'm gonna have this book in my hand every 60 days, I'm gonna rock with you. But if it's like 60, it's 90, it's 120, this is what I'm gonna do.
Do that with Milestone though.
I know, but here's the thing though. You know, and I know that we tend to we're what have you done for me lately type of people. So I'm gonna naturally forget that your book is even out there. Like I told him, I'm gonna tell you what I did. This is what I'm gonna tell you what I did with my LCS guy. This is what I told him. I said, look, anything that you get that's Advent, put it in my box. To get me to not even be to even question whether or not it's coming out, when it's coming out, or whatever. I say, if you have an Advent title, put it in my box. I want it. That way, it keeps me from like stressing about, okay, why this book ain't came out yet? Why, you know what I'm saying? It's better to kind of approach it that way on an LCS level versus, okay, oh, it's a book that came out today. Like, for example, I did not know that Thorn issue number 3 came out today. Had no clue. Had no clue.
We hold Black independent. Listen, and we should. I'm gonna say it 3 times. We should hold everybody to the fire. But we will cancel a Black independent title and then turn over and get on a John Ridley's book and complain, and pick that mug up week in and week out. Well, they're consistent, but they're literally murdering, raping your hero, the person that you said that you need to help you raise your kids. All right, weird stuff like that. We will do that. So we're picking poison every day because Marvel. And wait. Didn't Milestone do with and Derek might have to run a disclaimer. I'm not sure why disclaimer hasn't been read already. But didn't Milestone literally drop issue 1, 2 months later, issue 2, 3, 4 months later, issue 3, issue 4? They spaced it out. People complained, but you know what people did? They showed up. And granted, it's Milestone. Granted, it's Marvel. But man, we gotta hold everybody to. We gotta spread the wealth and hold everybody to those same flames, because the smaller boys, they don't always come out like they're supposed to. But does that mean that we cancel? We don't cancel Marvel and DC, and they still be trash.
No, I've never canceled a book. I've never canceled a Black title book from a bad experience, and I've had a few. But I will say this, that when it comes to, and I've said this, the customer is always right. You can twist this, support
I don't buy into
customer.
that.
No, let me tell you why. Hold on, let me tell you why I said it, Angel. The customer is always right in the sense that, okay, you have a product. You trying to sell said product to me. Okay. Now I'm expected to come up with cold, hard cash for your product. Okay. Now, the value that I extend to your product is based on my experience. Now, if you give me a good book, right? The art's great, the story is solid, I'm rocking with you. I got you. I'll order the next one. Okay. Now, I had an issue. Dude sent me a book. It came to me.
I remember that post.
It came to me folded up.
I
Yeah, I
remember
felt some
that.
type of way. I felt some
I
type of way
remember
about
that.
it
I
Yeah,
remember that.
because
I remember that part.
again, as a collect. Now
So
here's the
bad.
thing. See, and see, this is something that comic book companies need to understand. Who are you selling your book? Do you know who you're selling your book to? Because you might be selling your book to a collector. Because a collector is going to want that thing to be pristine.
Yes.
He's not going to want it. Listen, if I'm spending upwards of $10, $15 for shipping for a book, and it comes to me folded, oh, we got problems. See, I ain't got that issue when I go to the shop. When I go to the shop and get something off the shelf or whatever, it's laid up there flat. I don't have to worry about it coming to me crazy because, again, if you're going to sell a book to a person and you're going to mail it, you should know that you need to put some cardboard in it. You need to secure it. That's just customer service. So if I decide you send me a book, Angel, you write a comic book and you send it to me and it's folded to hell, if I don't order your book, I'm sorry. You had one shot. You had one shot to get it right. You
So
know what I know.
I'm gonna go on the other side of this and I'm gonna put myself because a lot of my family and friends are publishers and creators and the such. So on the
Okay.
other side of that, on the inside of the house, the back of house, you are literally comparing industry publishing giants to the small independents that have to contract the publishing, right? And a lot of times, there's setups. You have your contract, you have your deal. They promise you the world. Some of these publishers are just bad actors. That's just the bottom of it. You give them your PDFs, and you'll get a book in. And this is a real story for someone. I'm not saying who. You'll get your sample book because after you do your order, you get your sample book. The lettering's off, the page is bent, it's the wrong metal for the paper that you used, and you're literally fighting for corrections to get your book out. And the problem with that is when it's the bigger companies, they have their own publishing house. You're talking about Marvel and DC that's been around because they're the first of, since paper comic strips. They're the first of. You have Detective Comics, and then you have, Marvel that came in a little bit later. And then when you have independents that has to contract that work out, they don't have print shops in-house. Not as yet. I don't think there's anybody big enough yet that has an in-house print shop. So DC, Marvel, and Image all have in-house print shops. They're not contracting that work out. They see from the time the paper is printed till it's folded till it's stapled. They got to watch all that because it's in-house. The independents have to contract that work out. So trying to fight as the small person to get that paperwork up. So not excusing what happened to you because that's just terrible. With the folded comic, when the comic books are shipped, again, the independent don't always have access to look even at all the books. They get a sample. This is good. The print shops send the books out to the distributors. So there's a whole different obstacles
I
that
get what you're saying.
the small independents have that Marvel, DC, and Image and all the other big guys don't have. Until the independents are big enough to have an in-house print shop, they're fighting a battle that the others don't even have to see.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is that when you are a smaller one, you're going to have to do things kind of like what happened with Freestyle Comics. When Herschel got his books from Freestyle Comics, they came in a special wrap.
Oh yeah, they are exceptional. I saw that
because the guys at Freestyle, they knew that they had part of their presentation had to be what draw people in.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he put a post up, and I should be getting some books from Freestyle Comics pretty soon. If you guys don't know that there is a code that you can use, I think it's BCL24 when you order from Concrete or Freestyle Comics, and I think you get 20% off. Here's the thing. When Herschel did a review of the book or whatever, right? He showed he was so impressed with the way it was packaged.
Yep, I saw it.
He went an extra step, and I guarantee you, he sold some books.
Oh yeah, he sold some books.
Just because of his presentation. And all I'm saying is that this is competition.
Yes.
This is not one of those things where hook a brother up. No, if you want my money, you have to. You should want to do quality stuff. Just like Stranger Comics. Stranger Comics is independent.
Yes,
I never had a shout out to Sebastian. Never had a problem with any time I ordered anything from Stranger Comics.
Yeah.
And that dude works hard, very hard.
Does. Absolutely.
So what I'm getting at is that there are guys who are trying to lay the template for smaller other publishers to work with, and we can't ignore. Somebody brought up the Rippaverse earlier. We can't even look. Y'all, some of y'all might want to ignore Eric July. That dude in the building. he didn't put his foot up. He in the house. He didn't put his foot up. He didn't went in your refrigerator. He didn't got the barbecue chicken. He eating it right there in front of him.
He said barbecue chicken.
I'm just saying, dude has been out how long? Let's see, 2020
2 years. No,
2 years, and he's already got
2 years maybe.
And he's already got Todd McFarlane to do a statue for him.
Boom. And guess what? Never mind all these people that y'all saying they ain't comic book fans, they just political. Guess what? So if that is true, then where is the yin to his yang? Where is the people on the other side? The black.
Look at Chillmonger. Look, Chillmonger. I love you, brother. You know I love you. But you can't hate the hustle.
Man,
Don't knock the hustle, baby.
I ask Chillmonger, I'll ask anybody. If he's doing it on that side, who's doing it on our side? And how come it's not being done? I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear this, that. Why isn't it not being done on the other side? You mean to tell me that? Wait. You mean to tell me we can't find another black person that can sell just as many black books that has nothing to do? I mean, let's say Eric July walks in, he leaves and says, "I'm anti-woke." So then, where's all the woke books, and where are all the woke people buying those books? Because it should be. Why isn't that happening? That's a hell of a question.
Well, I will say this about Eric July. Eric July has built up his YouTube platform for well over a decade. He had a core
black people
he had a core audience. And here's the thing. He literally monetized his disdain or his displeasure with comics on the Marvel and DC. He spent a lot of years just knocking at them for what they were doing, for what they were passing off as comics or whatever, right? So he comes to a point where he says to himself one day, you know what, I'm going to do some comics myself.
I'm going to do my own thing, sure.
I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And he hasn't looked back. And so does he have a large white audience buying his books? Yes.
He also has a large black audience too.
But he's got black folks buying his book. I got an Isom book on my shelf. So the thing is, we can't knock that dude because one, he started off with a black independent character. Say what you want. It's a black character. It's an original character.
$35 a book. He wasn't selling like Marvel. 35. It was a 96-page, super spectacular, but $35 a book. There's multiple variant covers. I every time I ask this question, I get crickets, or I get somebody wants to drive around the question, don't want to answer it. But where is the other black folks that are doing things that are comparable to that? I don't want to hear nothing about how he grew his own social media following. Or Nerd Without Fear, the Comics Explain guy, they got just as many people or more.
You know
So
what? I will say this, Herschel. I will say this. I think what he's been able to do is he's been able to produce product.
to people that
See,
actually gonna buy his stuff.
so it's one thing to sit around and talk about what you're gonna do, and it's another thing to like, okay, I got something for you. He's done that. Because here's the thing: he put out ISOM, right? He turned it right around, put out ISOM #2. Then he backdoored and put out Alpha Core.
Mhm.
Then he put out Yara.
Yep.
Okay, he's put out 4 books already. He was able to recruit Cannon White, who's done a cover for him. He's got people in the industry now paying attention.
Yep.
So it's worked for him because I think that he had a plan. And to your point, he didn't do floppies. He did a graphic novel.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, yeah, but see, but here's the thing though. I think a lot of our new, and that's the problem. These books cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to produce a comic book.
So you're saying that the black consumers on the other side can't afford it?
If you putting every dime into one 22-page comic book and you can't do it again, it's the wrong industry for you to be in.
No, I'm talking about the customers. Because he only sold about 2 or 4,000 books.
No. He did no.
The
He
first
sold
ISOM cover 8.
ISOM. He sold well over 12,000 comics.
Yeah,
12,000 graphic novels.
I'm sorry, 12,000.
Mhm.
So you mean to tell me we can't find?
Of course we can, Herschel.
So
Of course we can. The problem is, Herschel, is getting our people to make the investment. The problem is, listen.
So a black man
it's like
find
Morpheus.
12,000.
It's like Morpheus waking up people.
Hold on. So a black man can, because this is the argument. A black man. This is the argument that is out there. I'm not saying I agree with it,
Gotcha.
but people are saying that he found a black man, independent creative, found a bang of white people that's all supposedly racist and bigoted to go and buy his comic book. Well, I'll be damned.
I don't. Here's the thing about that, though. See, listen. You're gonna get political. I hate because it's the waters get muddy when you start dealing with politics.
Sure.
Because here's the thing. Eric July is an independent.
Sure.
Politically, he's independent. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He's
libertarian. He's
a libertarian. He's a libertarian.
Mm-hmm.
And so libertarians, because like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, it's 2024. The party of Joe Biden.
Uh-oh.
You didn't. You
Derek,
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The party of Joe Biden has not performed well. All you got to do is go to the grocery store. All you got to do is go to the gas station. All you got to do is try to figure out how you're going to pay all the bills that you got. With the economy being where it is, the party of Joe Biden for the last 4 years, what have y'all gotten for y'all vote? Now, a lot of people voted for Biden because they didn't want the other dude. They didn't want the other dude in office. So it's like the lesser of two evils. Eric July, who is active politically online, knows that a lot of people has the same views as he does. He monetized him. He literally took his audience, his political, his activist audience, his music audience. A lot of them like comic books. He was able to get them to buy comic books. Period. I mean, it's capitalism at its finest, y'all. Now, black folks, if we gonna keep it a stack, we are like the people who we like status quo. We don't like change. We don't like change. That's why people still holding on to Marvel and DC, Herschel. because we don't like change. If you promise, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, Herschel. If you had that idea in your head, a $1 billion idea, Herschel, right? And you gave it to black people, you will have half of the black people will vote against it, or half of the black people will not be for it. Because why? Because it don't quote unquote sound right, or it ain't the white man's ice cubes. Our ice cube is not as cold as the white man. That's the thinking, and comics are no different.
Nope.
It is what it is. So
Yes, absolutely.
I hate it like that. Ripper does not just he did not just he did not say, you know what, all you good white people, buy my comic book. He didn't do that.
Mm-mm.
He just put out a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody wants to. Some people want to call him a coon. Some people want to call him a sellout. Some people want to call him a lot of different things. All I know, all I saw was a black man create a black original character and sell 12,000 books. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't sign up for the circus and things that go with it, because there's a lot of stuff that went with it.
Sure.
And he would tell you the same thing, because soon as he started making his bread, there were people in his camp around the comics and stuff that got jealous.
Yep.
Yeah.
And started talking down on him.
True Colors came out.
Yep. He got his Negro wake-up call. It is what it is. He's still selling books, though.
Yeah. Still more books and more money now. Uh-huh. Well, that's enough about Eric July. We probably just made him about $100 tonight or something like
We
that.
probably done lost about half the audience tonight. Y'all please like the video. We ain't got no super chats tonight. Don't get twisted that some of y'all ain't gave us a super chat.
So
y'all reaching y'all pocket $2, $1. We got to keep the lights on. We got to do something.
Yeah, man. Did we get any super chats tonight?
No, we hadn't got any tonight.
We're gonna shut down the YouTube. We're gonna shut down the YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna do you like these big channels do. We're gonna stop talking.
But let's if we can, we spent some time talking about freestyle, right?
Right.
And we talked about this promo code that's available. Let's play this commercial quickly so people can learn a little bit more about it.
Oh man, check what's good, Comic Fam. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Concrete Comics, and I'm also pretty sure you guys are familiar with Freestyle Comics. Well, what if I told you they were partnering together and give you guys an amazing promo code? So listen, here's the deal. You go to any one of these websites, you're gonna save 20% off by using this promo code. Now, if you spend more than $50, you're gonna get free shipping. You can't beat this. And when I talk to you about industry standard or better storylines and art, I mean, you're really not beating Freestyle Comics, and you're definitely not beating Concrete Comics. Listen, this is not a sponsorship. I've literally read all of these books, and they're fire. So stop crying and start buying. Concrete Comics, Freestyle Comics, joining forces. Make sure you use this promo code. You're gonna get 20% off. You spend more than $50, you're gonna get free shipping. We out.
There we go.
Yo. So thank you, Mr. DC Comics and 33rd and the third media. Shout out to DJ Big Phil with the super chats.
Thank you,
Phil.
Let's do a super chat.
Hey, Philip needs to be DJing.
Donation. It's a donation. I thought it was the trash. Don't be hitting on me.
Thank you.
I was saying Philip needs to be DJing partially. I know he wants to hang out and do stuff at Atlantic Con, man. If he can get the ones and twos and drive them down or fly them down, I just like to have that in the background, and maybe he just hit a button to play, just have the music bumping, man. That'd be dope. I don't know. Work that out with Flood.
It's gonna be a dope time either way. Now, I had a watch that says Chillmonger, you're right. He ended up giving them a blonde woman superhero. I will say this, that he has a black female character in the Isom universe. To be fair, Yara is a white woman, blonde. I don't even care. I really just don't care. I have to salute that dude for the effort that he has made, because everybody can talk a good game, but everybody don't show up.
Right.
That dude showed up.
Showed up.
You can hate him. You may not like him. You may not buy a comic book. You can come back here and talk about Recast the Tyler next week, but y'all cannot take the success that dude did. Period. Point
Also,
blank.
too, the reason why Yara is now like front and center a little bit more is because the white fans, black fans, racist fans, whatever you want to call them, he actually made a video talking about how they've been blowing up his social media demanding that. So he's not going to say, well, no, Ice was black, I'm black. No, he's going to get the people what they want. I mean, it is what it is. He's not like anybody else that we've interviewed.
Look, I look at it like this. Yara was a when he decided to do Yara as the first McFarlane statue, that was clearly a marketing.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do Isom. He wasn't going to get you black Negroes to buy Isom statue.
Nope.
He has to go by who's spending the money, and
who's
again,
spending the money?
Falls
Not
back
who's
on
liking.
everything I said earlier. You know, if you're not spending the money, stop
Yes.
complaining. Go sit in the corner.
Yes. All this pocket watching. All this pocket watching. Man, if I had this, that's why I don't like somebody was talking about Tyler Perry and this guy's money, Brian Allen's money. I don't listen. If Brian Allen, Tyler Perry, whoever wants to spend their money putting out a movie or whatever, a black, that would be great. But I'm not going to demand that they do something like that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because all you got to do is go to the history of Hollywood and find out the real motives behind some of this stuff. Some of the movies that y'all went to go see this past year, y'all don't even know who was behind those movies. You don't know who directed those movies. You don't even know who actually greenlit those movies. Because the problem is when I tell you this, nothing gets out without the Illuminati knowing about it.
All right.
I think we hit
I'm just saying.
I think we're here.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all don't want to go. We can go ocean floor deep. I can talk to Dave about this kind of stuff. The bootleg. We can get real deep tonight.
Cut it. Let's go to commercial. Curtis, go to commercial, Curtis.
No. I mean, but seriously though, we got a challenge that. Here's the thing about Black Comic Lords. We have a challenge before us, and that challenge is: do we really push, Black independent creators, right? And how do we manage that against the tide of the white power structure? That's at Marvel and DC.
That's what we do. We complain.
That's the thing.
We beat them up when they make a mistake.
Y'all listen. You can hide behind your kente cloth. You can hide behind your daikiki.
He said the kente cloth.
Meanwhile, you got on that shit right now.
You can hide behind all that stuff. You can hide behind your kufi. But it don't change the fact that whether your dollars tell you the story about your life. Where are you putting your money? Are you spending money on independent books?
Who are you making it rain for?
Listen, and shout out and respectfully to the Black Panther fans, it is not a flex.
Disclaimer. Derek, what the heck are you doing, man?
It is not a flex. No. This is good. It is not a flex. It is not a flex when you feel like that this is the preeminent character and you're watching him being literally demolished before your eyes. It's not a flex for you to cry about it. It's not. It is detrimental, honestly. And it is to your health. Because here's the thing. We're talking about ink and paper, Herschel. Are we not?
No, don't tell them. Don't tell me, tell them. You know how I feel about Black Panther.
And here's the thing. Because here's the thing. See, it's all about the pockets. It's all about your money. See, all the voting we do, we vote with our money. 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 I don't care how much you say you love independent creators. If you don't spend no money, you just voted for no independence.
Yeah. Message. But people listen. People say, "Well, I could support by reposting your comic. I can support by liking your comic, and you can. But ultimately, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. But it just don't. But listen, switching gears, switching topics because I already know somebody's mad. Because we brought up T'Challa, we brought
and
up
that's perfectly
Illuminati,
fine.
we brought up Eric July. Somebody has already swiped away, and this is why I don't like these guys. I can feel it. I can feel it because I can feel it. But guess what? I'm gonna go weird. I'm gonna go weirdo. Since he brought up Illuminati, I'm gonna go weirdo mode on y'all.
Aww.
I'm gonna make Philip
The
log
can of
off.
worms are fully open. Okay.
I'm gonna make Philip log off. So I was happy to scroll by something today. I thought it was very, very interesting. Just small little cute little thing. So y'all know Namor, that was in Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
We all know Namor. I find it interesting that movie was this. It's just totally switching gears. So everybody, calm down. Everybody, in the comment section, calm down. We're going far left. Not politically far left. You know what I mean. Who remembers Wonderworld?
Yeah. Okay.
Kevin Costner.
Yep.
He was underwater.
You mean Waterworld?
Waterworld. Did I say Wonderworld?
You sure did, but we
because
knew what you
Wonderworld is
meant.
actually from Beverly Hills Cop.
It's Waterworld.
Kevin Costner was underwater. He had those gills behind his ear. He was able to swim. He was the only person in the movie that was able to swim underwater. And I just thought that was interesting. The whole planet was covered with water.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was just really, really interesting. But guess what his name was? Does anybody know what? Not Kevin Costner. Herschel about to say something crazy. You know what, Philip? I'm about to bring this thing home, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. Namor, aka No Love. Honestly, the chat has been civil. It's been great.
So
his name was Mariner as well. Okay.
His name was Mariner, and you must have just Googled that. I wonder if they took inspiration from.
Probably
Namor.
did.
That was just interesting.
Somebody was a comic book fan in that creation of that movie, and you'll find Easter eggs like that all over old movies. That's not the only one like that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Black Panther just did it. They just did it with the Black Panther cover with T'Challa reading Ultimate Black Panther. That's the cover to get, y'all.
Yeah,
that's the cover to
get. You're right about that.
That's the cover to get because that says a whole lot about where that character is
and where that truck pilot is,
and where that character should be. He's literally reading a book about what his character is really supposed to be.
And he's in the
I don't know how they got that by the. I don't know how they got that by the Marvel editors, but that was genius.
That was slick. Because the Ultimate is better than the 616 version, right?
Yeah, but according to some of the Black Panther fans, it don't count.
Right, but he's probably it does, but it doesn't. But the funny thing is, he's reading it probably like, damn, I can actually be this cool. That's funny. But then you don't get Storm. Killmonger gets Storm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, look, it is what it is, guys. All I know is that when it comes to our fandom, we say this thing in our space: collect what you love. And I think that's at the bottom line, Herschel. I think that's what it's all about: getting people to fall in love with new stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about: trying new things. Look, listen, we are all an Angel. This is a disclaimer. We all have dated. No, listen. I'm trying to put this right. We've all have you ever, I'll just put it like this. Have you ever, everybody has a type, okay? And somebody suggests, hold on, I'm talking about when you're dating. Everybody has a type. But then sometimes you keep bumping your head with the same type, but it'd be wrong. And then somebody say, why don't you try something different? Why don't you do something different? but you keep going back because you like that toxic.
The trauma bond hits again.
I'm just saying that's kind of what it is. Because again, to get people to invest in new product. Okay.
We are so scared to jump out there by ourselves, especially characters that aren't trendy. That's why you don't see a lot of people just randomly posting what they like. It's usually what they seen it's usually something that's trendy. We are very trendy people. But a lot of people feel like, well, if I post this, if I say this, and I don't get a lot of hand claps and applause or likes,
But let me ask you this, Hershey. I don't think a lot of people are on social media like that, though. There are a lot of people who are on social media, and there are a lot of people who are not.
You just haven't been an admin in BCL, BSF.
No. That's funny. No. What I'm getting at is this. I have been to shops, and I've seen old heads at the shop buying books that don't have nothing to do with what's going on in the fandom currently. They're literally buying books that they've always bought, whether we're talking about X-Men or whether we're talking about Spider-Man.
They can't hide what they like. They have to go in there. But when you make a post in BCL,
Chillmonger just said it. Shout out to Chillmonger. He just said it. Chillmonger just said, old heads in my shop are offline.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But that's such a small group compared to what's out in the world. And since we're talking about the investment thing, just as a reminder, a lot of independents do the $1 comics when they come around.
Y'all about to make Derek gouge his eyes out with that $1 comic of Philadelphia. Derek's like, dude, I literally have a 298s behind me. You go pick this. It was coming.
Well, he's got all that flex behind him with
Derek's
the Philadelphia issue 1.
Can we zoom into Derek's face so we can just see Derek's face? Derek was like, look, what the frick
I want to show y'all something before we get out of here. Look at Derek.
Yes,
You got all the Philadelphia flex. You got all the Philadelphia flex. Listen, for those of you that go to our website, blackcomiclords.net, if you like your boy, you might want to put me on a t-shirt, a button or something or whatever.
That's so
we have an image on our website, and it's actually me in my, I guess you could say, AI version of me. Real talk with Rich giving you that black pill. So we have this available on our Redbubble. And so I thought when I bought this here because I was like, you know what, I'm going to put this up, put it in a frame. But you can get this on a backpack, you can get this on a t-shirt, you can get this on a mug.
Dude is really trying to sell his face.
Hey. I'm trying to make some money for the fam, bro.
Yes. He has
I don't get a dime for this. But we have the shirt that Derek has on, the Black Comic Lord shirt that he has on too. That's also on our website, blackcomiclords.net.
Don't ask that question.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Don't ask that one question.
So since you have yours, all of us have our fans. Can they get each of us on there? What's
you have to talk to the management. Talk to the management and staff. That's above my pay grade.
Just at the chat's request.
I have a brief strip on my nose, so I can smell all the people crying about stuff. About why they don't want to support Black comics and why they're slaves to Marvel and DC. Since y'all in the comment section got jokes, I smell all the tears. Y'all can rock around with my
listen, as a Black Panther fan, I just find it very hilarious that we are having these discussions around this character. And
every day.
It goes without fail. And so for me, it's one of those things. It's like, you know what? Can I walk away from T'Challa seriously?
No,
I don't think that I necessarily would want to. I'm too invested. I got too many books. I got too many, too many memories. Say what you want about that movie, man, in 2018. That was a moment, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a moment. And we can joke about it, we can laugh about it, we can, but at the end of the day, all of us, I think, were better for
Damn,
that movie.
Philip. Wait, what? Derek, can you not
And
do
that
Oh,
that,
shirt is
bro?
I'm
lazy.
sorry.
Come
I
on,
didn't mean to
Herschel.
put that one up. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
you did. Come on, man.
That's
What the
funny.
freak is wrong with? All right, Philip. I'm gonna see you in the chat. Then you gonna have words
Oh
in the chat.
boy,
That's
it's
funny.
on
Chill,
now.
DM.
Killmonger. I know what it isn't. It isn't Black Adam.
Bruh. Shout out to the Rock. The Rock is paid. That's all I'm gonna say.
he
He
got
paid.
Yeah.
paid. He got
He got
paid.
paid. He got paid.
Damn.
So
It is
it's like
past
It's
midnight
time, man.
Eastern time.
it's time to go.
Time to clock out.
But I
we listen. Let me
Big
just say this:
time.
the thoughts and commentary of Richard, Angel, Derek, and Herschel
No.
do not
I
reflect the
keep my
staff.
I
Man,
stand on my 10 toes. 10 toes.
oh, your tippy toes.
Listen, but guess what? When you say as a black, last thing, I'm gonna say this. Where I say this super respectfully, I say this for all the Black Panther fans across the universe and galaxy. We are not fans. We are just we're just admirers.
Admirers.
The real fan is Otis Otterberry. His freaking collection. He is Black Panther to me. So I know
Oh,
he's
I
not
call him the
here.
king of Wakanda.
He's the king. He's the
he's only
king.
he's the only person out with a Black Panther throne, right?
Yeah, he got everything. He got
He
stuff
got
that T'Challa don't
the
even got.
Solomon. He got the Solomon frog.
To be
He got.
honest, T'Challa should have been reading a comic book with Otis face on it. Let's just keep it a buck.
You know what?
Otis got
You know what?
everything. I'm
Shout
just gonna
out to
keep it a
Otis.
buck.
Y'all let Otis know that we said, you know what he could do. He talked. He posted in our space earlier. He had some blank covers, and
He
so
gonna kill those.
maybe Otis, you need to do a sketch or do a picture of you reading your comic book on your throne, bro. That
Yeah,
would be
he's
dope.
done that before. I think a long time ago. But yeah.
So Eye of the Watcher, you haven't seen the throne.
Yeah, he's a Black
You need
Panther throne.
you
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
join the Black
He has
Comic
a
Lords.
throne.
Yeah, join the Black
Yeah.
Comic Lords community on Facebook if you're not already in there.
And just type
And
in Otis.
yeah, just type in Otis
He's got
and
everything.
you'll find many pictures of his Black Panther stuff. And many of those will be that throne that he made.
He is. Yeah, that dude there is stellar when it comes to uh Black Panther stuff. I don't know any. I mean, I know a lot of Black Panther fans. Shout out to Paul, but Otis is on another level.
Otis is.
That's why I call him the king of Wakanda, because he's on another level in terms of, see, me as a fan or whatever. I read the comics. You know what I'm saying? I might get I might buy the popcorn thing that you get at the store. I mean, at the movie theater when a movie comes out. I might do that. That's the limitations of my fandom. I'm not like Angel. Quad is kept. Angel's is a hardcore fan too. Angel got the Godzilla. She got Godzilla in her house for real.
I
The real
do.
Godzilla, y'all. That's how bad Angel's fandom is when it comes to Godzilla. She got
I have
dude is literally in the next
several
room.
Godzillas.
Oh man, I tell you. But you know what, y'all? We have a dope fandom. We play with this. We talk crazy about it all or whatever. But ain't nothing like comic books, bro. Ain't nothing like
We can't.
talking about this crazy stuff. Because and you have to have a sense of humor about it, because again, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It becomes something else when we remove the fun out of it. So all of the stuff that we do and all the stuff that we say, take it with a grain of salt.
A
Don't y'all run
manifesto.
now. I'm gonna be at Atlantic Comic Con with my crew. Don't run up on me, because I don't want no smoke.
Don't do it.
But I will poke you.
If anybody runs up
I'm
on
gonna
me,
have something to poke you.
if anybody runs up on me talking about why y'all don't fight for such and such because I need him to help me raise my
You know
kid.
what? Shout out to all the black Sands fans that's gonna be at Atlantic. It's gonna be a few of them, Herschel. Why don't we ever talk about Black Sands?
And then when you ask them how many books you got, well, man, I just try to support my own way, man. He's special. Like, okay, bro, you don't buy the comics. Just say you don't buy the comics, bro.
No money, no support.
No money, no support, man.
No money, no vote.
Ain't no real support, man.
Yeah. Manifesto says I need that Godzilla -1 on streaming already. It should be out pretty soon.
Well, I don't. It's only out in Japan.
Right now.
Yeah, it's only out in Japan. No other countries. So if you have a VPN, maybe you can do something about it. But otherwise, you gotta wait.
Fire Stick. It's on the bootleg Fire Stick. You can jailbreak a Fire Stick and watch that.
Well, we're not gonna be giving people tips on that on this channel.
Especially on a live, Herschel.
Yeah, you guys reach out to Herschel on IG or Facebook Messenger, but
I am not in it. That's my disclaimer. I don't know no crimes.
See, Philip said he watched it in 4K yesterday, so he already got the Fire Stick situation on.
So that's. I don't even have a Herschel disclaimer on here. I'll be playing right now.
That's
so, but we talked about Atlantic Comic Con, August 17th through 18th, 2024. If your plans aren't in place, get them in place. One other thing as we go out, I'm going to quickly play. As we go out, I'll play the trailer for the Collections in Black as well. So, do we have any closings we want to make before that?
No, man. I think we're done. Done.
Night.
Good night, y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Recast T'Challa and cast
recast T'Challa movie. Recast T'Challa. Shout out to all of y'all that went out and got them Black Panther books. All 4 covers.
The only superhero that matters, right?
T'Challa matters. Hashtag T'Challa matters.
T'Challa matters more than anybody.
T'Challa only matters.
Wow. All right.
Love it, man. Gotta love it.
All right. Hey, good night, everybody. Enjoy.
Good night, everybody. Peace.
All right.
Check out this trailer for Collections in Black.
Documentary, if we could capture what's going on right now, it'll be like going in the past and getting the Harlem Renaissance, capturing that on film in the beginning.
What's important about this film is you are documenting exactly all aspects of how that is affecting this industry. Start talking about, the whole collection process. You're talking about fans, you're talking about collectors, you're talking about investors, you're talking about the producers, the workers. What you're capturing here is going to be important years after we're gone, because I think your film is going to show a side of this that nobody ever thought about. And it's taken all this long to actually put this level of commitment into what you're trying to show. People are going to be shocked. Oh, there's that many Black people that are into this, and they spend this, and this business is this big. I'm honored to be a part of it. Larry's honored to be a part of it. This is going to be.
What I was doing is whatever I worked on, I added Black characters into I'd stick them in the background. That's how I started doing all the crowd scenes. I'm gonna have somebody Black in this somewhere.
Hey.